Amber, you're the first one in. Hi, Keith. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm very excited to be on here. Hey, Bobby. Hi, user 841-486-1911543. Ooh, the dyslexia was like, I don't know if I can do that one. Misty Flip, Peach State's here. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I have been without the internet for like a day and a half, basically. We had it a little bit yesterday. It was super spotty. I'm so happy to see you guys. Oh, Peach State. Hey, girl. Yeah, so yesterday the internet was super spotty. Like I had the hardest time doing anything. It was like laggy, and we got like fiber internet now. It's supposed to be so great, and it is. I just think that they're just like installing it in our neighborhood, so they keep like kind of turning it off and on. But today I woke up this morning at 7 and there was no internet to be had, like zero. And for some reason, my Verizon just does not work here at all. Like I can't even get any bars or whatever you want to call it here. So I had to hotspot my husband's phone to be able to even send like picture messages or anything today. I couldn't get on TikTok. I couldn't get into my eBay. Couldn't get in depop. I couldn't get anywhere. Like I literally could not get into any of my accounts for basically since last night. So, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have the internet back. It was so weird, you guys. Like if you've ever gone 24 hours without the internet, it's like everything you go to do, anytime you like have a question or you're trying to figure something out, you go to reach for your phone. And I'm just like, wow, the number of times I reached for my phone and didn't have the internet was bananas. So I'm very excited to be on here. I'm very excited to be seeing notifications on my phone. Like it was weird. So I haven't even gotten shipping done yet. And you guys know I usually get my Monday shipping done like sometime like around like 11 or 12 o'clock usually. So I don't even have shipping done yet. So Justin's just now pulling everything. So I spent my day doing some interesting things. Coley's here. Hey guys. Jennifer's here. So I spent my morning time, or I guess the whole day time until tonight. So it just came back on at 6 o'clock at night. So it's literally been like 12 hours, no internet today. And then yesterday, like I said, we had it a little bit, but not enough to really do anything. And certainly not enough to go live or anything like that. So, I cleaned 32 pairs of shoes today. That is not an exaggeration. You guys will see, I'm going to put a post up and you're going to get to see the shoes I cleaned. I think it's like 32 pairs of shoes. And then I had so many men's dress shirts from this last garage sale weekend, but they were also wrinkly. So I steamed, I think we counted 33 shirts today. So it's just been like a day of like, oh my gosh, my shoulder by tomorrow is going to be hurting for certain. It's going to be so bad. Hey, Kevin, I'm happy to see you guys. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for joining me. I'm so stoked to be hanging out with people again. It's been crazy. It's been interesting for sure. Like I love hanging out with the hubs. Don't get me wrong, but both of us just no internet. Just so weird. Like you know how the universe does things like on purpose. So Justin never has Mondays off. He works from home as well, but he works online. He runs a delivery company, and so all of his stuff is done online. And for some crazy reason, he had today off. The other person that works for him wanted to work today to make up for a day that she had missed. So fortunately, thankfully, if the internet had to be off any day, I guess today was a good day. He cleaned our carpets. He's installing a new lock and system for our front door. He vacuumed the entire house. He cleaned the kitchen twice. I'm like, I don't know, you guys, not having this internet thing's kind of awesome. Like the number of things that got done today was great. And then as you can see yesterday, I didn't have the internet most of the day. So I decided to take a me day, did like a facial, did my hair, clipped my toenails, all that good stuff. Yep, Jennifer, you got it. Changed your hair up. Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really do anything online and I couldn't get any of my listings to post. I even had stuff in drafts and I couldn't even get that to post. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm taking a charity day. So, All right, let's get started here, you guys. So I'm going to start off with just doing some photographs. I don't have any images in my phone at all left for listings. So I am going to get some of the stuff that we actually, I think this is all from the garage sale madness this weekend. I don't know if you guys caught my video. I went to 122 garage sales. That is absolutely not an exaggeration. That is literally how many I went to. I went to 122 garage sales in what I think is the largest community sale of all time. However, it wasn't like a community. It was communities. I actually saved the map. They even had like a color-coded map. Some of you guys have probably seen this, but I'll just hold it up again because this was just nuts. So this is where all these clothes came from. So this was supposed to be the community garage sale. But the thing is each of these areas was like a giant, massive community with like 200 houses. So there was over 400 sales, probably was even more than that. I spent from 7:30, I think it was like 7:30 in the morning until like 1:15 or 1:13 or something in the afternoon. I didn't eat. I didn't stop to use the restroom. I didn't do anything. I just garage sale at that time. And I still only got to these communities. And I'm pretty fast at a garage sale. I would say my average time at a garage sale is like under 3 minutes. Like I am a turn and burn. So it was crazy. No, DW, all that stuff is still in the garage. In fact, I hate to admit, but now we've got 2 more tubs in the garage because I still had stuff from the weekend before, because we've still been getting through stuff that we pulled out of the garage 2 weeks ago. And I'm going as fast as I can. I'm pretty quick. I'm pretty fast. But it's just been, I mean, I just have so much stuff. I have come to terms with the fact I have hoarded myself an entire business. Hello, my name is Charity, and I am a reselling garage sale hoarder. I've come to terms with it. Moving on. That's that's what's the first step or something to admitting is that I do realize now that it is a thing. It's a situation. But you know what? We're going to be on this journey together. We're going to get through that garage. We're going to finish the garage sales this year strong. And we're going to do awesome. And goal is by this time next year is to be doing 6 figures doing this. So, ooh, that's the goal. We got some work to do, kids. Shauna says same. Yeah. Hey, girl. I see you. Our death piles are strong. It's an organized death pile. It's a death pile. Hey, Lacey. All right, so let's get started here. So the first thing we're going to do is do some shorts. If you guys have any questions, that is a goal. I'm working hard. I mean, by this time next year, I would like to be able to say I'm doing 6 figures doing this. That would like make me not feel weird or bad about not going back doing my marketing career that I literally said I don't want to do anymore so I could do this. So yes, we're going to do it. It's a lot of pictures and it's a lot of clothes and a lot of garage sales. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure my phone is in square mode. I've had a couple people reach out to me asking me to kind of like look at their profiles. Like, hey, would you mind looking at my eBay? Or would you mind looking at my depop or whatever? Tell me what you think. And all of them so far, except I think one, have had their photos not in square mode. You have to have your pictures in square mode. If you have them in the long mode, and I even still have a few of these up on my eBay from like old listings. I don't want to have to rephotograph stuff, but it's the long ways. And what happens is on the mobile app, the tops and the bottoms of things get cut off. So it's really important that you're getting your stuff in square mode. And there is a trick to putting this in square mode and having it stay in square mode. And I wish I could tell you exactly what I did because I don't remember. But if you just just search online for video on how to keep my photos permanently in square mode, because my thing was every time I went to take a picture and I closed down the photo app, it'd go back to like the long ways. So I learned how to do this in the square mode, and it is a super, super game changer to not have to like constantly change that. Thanks for the follow, Sam. High five. Okay, so we're in square mode. I'm constantly messing with my exposures up here. When I've got something that's like, black that I'm photographing, I'm going to put my exposure down a little bit. Otherwise, if it's up too high, it's going to look gray. especially because I've got a lot of bright lights here going on. These are actually black, but for you guys, they may look more like a gray color just because of the lighting situation. So we're going to take our first picture here. Nope, we're going to put our glasses on because we can't see. All right, perfect. There we go. All right, so we're going to take a picture and then we're going to see how it looks. So what I'm looking for is just making sure that my exposure is looking good. Everything's looking great. Those look pretty amazing. So we're going to start with that photo and then we're going to move on. And I'm a measurer. I put all of the measurements. Not only do I write them in my listings, but I also put the photos of the measurements also in my listings. And the reason I do that, and I actually have gotten that question a couple times, you know, oh, I always write the numbers down, but I don't show it in the pictures, or I show it in the pictures, but I don't write it down. So there is this interesting thought that some of you may or may not have heard before, and it's about the two different learning styles. Now, there's a lot of like subcategories to this, but we'll just keep it simple. So when people learn things, they generally learn things in two different ways. They either learn it cognitively, which means that they're a thinker. They're like a brain person. That's the person that reads the instructions, reads every detail, wants to know and, you know, read it all. That's the person that's looking at your listings and they're looking at the measurements. And they're like, they're not looking at the photos. They're looking at the actual measurements you're writing in the descriptions. So that is what is called a cognitive learner. And about 50% of the population is cognitive learners, right? That makes sense. 50% is cognitive. And the other 50% is what's called kinesthetic. And a kinesthetic learner is someone that needs to feel it, touch it, see it. They're usually more of like a visual learner. These are your kind of people that can kind of look at something and kind of creatively figure out how to do it without needing any directions. So in our home, I am the kinesthetic learner, meaning I'm going to look at the photos you put up and I'm going to look for measurements in those photos. I'm not reading your description. I'm not reading your disclaimer. I'm not reading any of that. I'm probably just going to look at your photos. Okay. Then the other person that's in this home right now that's currently installing a new door lock system is a cognitive learner. So Justin, my husband, is the super nerd that wants to read every micro tiny thing. And he's not looking at the pictures. He wants the facts and only the facts, ma'am. And so he's the guy that's going to look in that description and he's going to be looking at the measurements there. So if you're just putting photos of rulers and you're not writing the measurements in the description, or if you're writing the measurements in the description and you're not showing your ruler up here, you're literally canceling out 50% of the people that would purchase. Because what if a kinesthetic, learner who is someone wants to see the pictures goes to your thing and they see this great shirt, but there's no measurements in the photos. They're not reading down in the description. It's not going to happen. They want to be able to see that because that will visually help them on their own body. I'm like, okay, that's about, 32. Yeah, that sounds about right. And then vice versa. If you're not writing it, that person's going to be like, oh, I'm not looking at pictures. That's not the analytical way. That's not the exact way. So thank you, Deanna Nicole, for all of the hearts, you guys. Yes. CT West Coast. CT, oh my gosh, goodness. I was up late watching CT. It was the only thing I could do. The only thing I could do with my internet last night was watch. I got on CT's TikTok. I couldn't go anywhere else, so I just stayed right there. There was some sort of battle. Arizona had a eagle head on. I don't even know. It gets weird on TikTok late at night, but it was fantastic. And he did lullabies, which was awesome. Oh my gosh. All right. So once we get pictures of this, does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions about the kinesthetic or cognitive? If you do, don't be embarrassed to ask. It was something that when I learned it many, many years ago in another life, in another career, it really helped me to understand why it's so important when you're doing things to make sure that you're hitting both of those demographics, especially in sales. Because if not, you're just canceling out such a large percentage of people. So tips of the day so far are Make sure that your photos are in square mode. If they are not, immediately change that. So that's tip number one. And then tip number two is get your measurements in the description and also show those rulers. You know, you don't have to show the whole long ruler if you don't want to. I just kind of take pictures of the end. If someone wants to return something because they don't agree with the sizing, I'll tackle that. You know, I'm not gonna. I'm someone that does, you know, this standing up method because I don't want to hurt my back. So I'm not trying to like get pictures of the entire ruler. If that makes any sense. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me. All right. Is it Friday? Wait, what is today? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what day of the week is it. No, it's Monday. Yeah, today's Monday. Today's Monday. Oh my gosh. See, that's what happens when you don't have the internet for like 24 hours. You lose all sense of time and reason. Okay, now one thing that I do, and I don't see a whole lot of resellers do this, but I do it and it works for me, is I actually write down the measurements and the SKU number on items while I'm listing. And the reason I do that is for a couple different reasons. One, I don't want to have to go through the photos on every single listing and zoom in and then be like, oh no, what was that one? Oh, whoops, I lost my place. Oh, what photo was that? Oh, I got to scroll down. I don't want to do any of that. That's too much work. Time is money, right? So I like to write it down when I do this, and it doesn't take long. I just look at my photos, I pop them open, I write down the size, I write down the SKU number, and then I write down the measurements. So this, our leg opening is 10, our inseam is 10, our rise is 11, our hips are 90, 30, we'll call it 39, and our waist is a 34, which is funny because it started as a 32, but they're flex fits. So this brand, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. This is a good little pickup. These have like a pretty much 100% sell-through rate. I think last time I looked, there was like 480 for sale and 495 had sold. So I always pick these up. They always sell for me. It's the Iron Flex. They do stretch though. They're meant to stretch. Usually when I find these used, they're larger than the original size. So I usually will put that in my listing too, because if someone's looking for a straight up 32, these are not 32s anymore. Question. Someone just received an item that broke in transit. Would you refund shipping label too? It totally depends on the situation. So, and it depends on the platform. So that is a large roundabout question. So some platforms you're required to refund it. Some you're able to do partial refunds. Some you're able to do so many things. For me, I've only had 2 things ever break in transit. One of them was my fault because I was definitely shipping too quickly and I fit 4 cups in a priority box I had no business doing. So I wound up refunding them like 25% of the price, and they were cool with that. Sometimes you can negotiate with people, but this also depends on the app. Otherwise, if it's someone that where it broke in shipping or anything like that, then I'm going to file a claim. If it's under $100, of course, if you went through the post office, you'll be able to file a claim. And that's what I do. So it really depends on the situation. It also depends on like what your settings are. Do you take returns? Do you not accept returns? Like for me, I sell 90% of what I'm selling these days is like clothing and shoes. So things breaking in transit for me aren't really something I have to deal with, which is one of the reasons why I moved away from doing stuff that was breakable. I was like, I've already eaten it twice. I don't want to do this if I don't have to. Oh, thank you, Joyce. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, it's fun. I want to do something different. I had a purple for like a month and I was getting bored. So you guys, if you follow me on here, you're going to get to see it change. It usually changes like every 30 days. So it's never been the same. Oh my gosh. Hi, Craig. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Mitchell. Hey, Vicious, how's it going? Okay, so number one, the other reason I do this, so number one is I write this stuff down when I'm doing it because it's just faster. Number 2 reason is because I am really famous for putting the wrong SKU number in my eBay listings. I definitely have a dyslexia thing that goes on in my brain. And so I flip numbers, I transpose numbers, all sorts of things happen. So if I've got a photo of this in the bag, I've got it written down in here, my chance of disaster is way more minimal than if I didn't do it this way. So I always get a photo of these as well. All right, let's get to our next item here. Another pair of iron flexes. Now, if these were a different brand, let's say that these were just, oh gosh, I don't know, like, let's say that they were just like some old Navy cargos or something. Like they weren't, there weren't something that had a really crazy high sell-through rate like these do. I would probably bundle these together and then just sell them as a little bundle because I got 3 pairs of them. But the sell-through rate on these is just so good that I don't want to do that. Now, if somebody wants to get all 3 of them or someone buys one of them, normally what I'll do, let's say someone purchases these pants, I will probably, and this is if I remember I have multiple pairs of these, let's be honest, we'll see. But I usually say, hey, I think I have a couple other pairs of these in the store. If you're interested, I can go ahead and bundle them together and give you a little discount. So, I think as resellers, sometimes we forget that we have the ability to make deals. We have the ability to wheel and deal. We have the ability to create bundles if we want, or do shipping discounts. I mean, I think the reason, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think one of the reasons that we do this is I tend to find that people that are doing this business are the kinds of people that like having, their own business and like being able to have that freedom to kind of make their own rules. I think we just kind of are able to have a little bit more freedom. I've been in sales for many, 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 many years now, since like 2013. And so for me, like I have done sales for other companies where I wasn't the boss. I was kind of in charge of my own thing, but let's face it, really wasn't. And in those businesses, you don't have the freedom to be able to do the wheeling and the dealing. And so don't be scared to reach out to someone if they purchase something from you. I do it almost every time I sell something. If I think I even remotely have anything like it, like if I've got, like I'm about to put up a whole bunch of denim and flower. If someone buys one of these denim and flower shirts, when someone buys one of these denim and flower shirts, I'm definitely going to send a message. Hey, I've got a whole bunch of more of these in a size medium. Just go to my store, search denim and flower, take a look. If you see any you like, I'm going to go ahead and bundle those together for you and give you a little discount. How does that sound? Write that phrase down, guys. Write it down. Stamp it. Put it on the wall. Get it on a Post-it note. Tattoo it on your forearm. How does that sound? Will make you so much money. That is my phrase I use for everything. It works really, really well. And it scores me a lot of bundles. So if you've ever bought anything from me on any of these platforms, I probably messaged you and said, if I had something that was close to it, hey, I happen to have it, blah, blah, blah. Is that something you'd be interested in getting another one of? So if you guys asked any questions and I missed it, please feel free to ask again. I am definitely not blowing anyone off. DW, Pokecraft, Britt, Wendy, Sarah, Life by the River.
Hi.
Yeah, babe.
The timer just says end. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah, I already put the bread in the fridge.
You still need to be going. You didn't miss anything?
No, I think I just forgot to probably turn it off because that's how my brain works. Yeah, that was the other thing I did today was make some homemade sourdough bread. I was like, internet's not working. I'm making bread. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? So this one is 932, and these are flexes. They originally were 32. They probably are not anymore. So let's take a look and see what we got for measurements. So on shorts, I like to do leg opening. And then I do hips, which is up top, like by the zipper. And then I do leg opening on the bottom because a lot of people want to know that because it'll tell them like how baggy it is. And that loose baggy aesthetic is super hot right now. So we really want to make sure that we are getting that in there. Okay, so our hips on these are 40. Our inseam is a 10. And our waist is, they're a 34. I kind of figured that's what would happen. Do you feel like giving a shipping discount on Poshmark, you're still getting the same sales? So that's interesting to DW. So I don't know what happened. I got to look this up, and I was going to do this last night, but I couldn't get my internet to work. So 2 days ago, I turned off my shipping discounts for my Poshmark. My auto posher sends out like, offers or whatever. And I turned off the shipping discount. I did sell one item, but I'm not really sure what's going on over there, to be completely honest, because when I went in to look at my offers are still sending the discounted shipping. And I turned that off on my auto posher. So I'm not sure what's going to go on with that. I'm going to have to go over and look. Well, what's really interesting is there's 2 here that don't have the shipping discount. There's 1, 2, 3 that do. That one doesn't. That one does. That one doesn't. That one does. So I'm not sure what's going on. Have you guys ever had that happen on auto posher where you change something and it's like not working fully across all platforms? I don't know. Really strange. Like I said, I'm new to auto posher, so I'm learning. Hey, Pamster. Joe's here. All right. So moving right along. All right. Take a look at these. We did get some more sales on Poshmark, though. Oh, man, you guys, I made a boo-boo. I totally made a boo-boo. Oh, yeah, here's another great little gadget. Get yourself some of these little scissors that, like, turn up at the end for strings. These work so good. I had another pair. I didn't like them. I had these pair, and they didn't work as good. So I got these over at the old Amazon, and they work great. So, all right. I think these are in our link tree. I'm not sure. You have to look, but they work really well. They let me get in all the little nooks and crannies. Nobody knows about the Poshmark thing. All right. Well, like I said, I mean, I'm just getting internet back today, so we got to figure that out. Oh man, I hope they don't keep taking it away while they're installing. We're like one of the first people in our little neighborhood here to get the fiber optic, so I'm kind of nervous that it's gonna continue to be a problem as they're like digging and putting new stuff in. I don't know. We're gonna hope not. Because not having internet and not being able to get stuff listed is crazy. I think yesterday is the first day in like close to 40 days that I didn't get something listed. So really, really, really big bummer. All right. And these have a little spot, which I'm going to point out with my ruler here. And, we'll knock a couple bucks off here. These things here usually tend to sell for me over on Depop. I would say I definitely get way more sales on Depop for like baggy shorts, cargo shorts than I do over on any of the other platforms. I don't tend to sell many men's clothes on Poshmark, which is probably why Poshmark is I usually have the least amount of sales over there. Or it's just me. I don't know. Do you guys sell a lot of men's clothes over on Poshmark? I tend to find I sell way more on Depop and eBay than I do on Posh. A few on mercari. Mercari's a weird one though. I feel like with mercari, it's like I just never know what's going to sell over there. It's always like super random. Like it'll be like kind of some of my weird random items. It seems like that's what I'm always selling over on mercari. Did I miss something? Oh, no. Yeah, I was just asking. So for those of you guys, anyone that's in here that does auto posher, so I set my auto posher up to stop sending the discounted shipping on my offers. And like 50% of them are not sending the discounted shipping, and like 50% of them are sending the discounted shipping. So I'm not really sure why it's doing that. Have you ever oh no, I haven't. All my listings. Oh no. Oh my gosh, Thrifty, that's terrible. No, I haven't. Have you connected with Poshmark to find out what happened? Yes, to Mint. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna have to do is no, you haven't had that discrepancy. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to play around with the like I said, this is just something I just noticed, and without having the internet, like basically the last day and a half, I haven't investigated too much. It's just something I noticed when I was getting ready to go live. I was like, oh, that's weird. How come some of the stuff has discounted shipping and others doesn't? So, oh, Thrifty, I'm so bummed for you. That is no good. Yeah, that kind of stuff just always, you know, gives you that pause for concern. Like, oh man, no, but I definitely have had issues with my listings duplicating. Has anyone had that happen? Where you sold something, you know it was gone, it was completely out of your store, and then you sell it again, and you're like, no, I already sold that. That's gone. That's not there anymore. So I've had that happen. I also tend to go through our inventory as my inventory is getting larger now. This is going to be a little bit more of a task, but I've been going through our inventory like every 6 or 7 months because I have so many listings disappear on eBay. Yeah, I've had so many with Vendu. Yeah, Ascension with Vendu. Yeah. So fingers crossed they give it back to me. Oh, Thrifty. I don't even know what to say. I literally feel like heartsick for you. That's that's tough. All right, so our waist is still a 34. Okay, so all of those wound up being way bigger than the original. Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm sending everybody, we're sending out positive vibes to Thrifty on that. I'm literally doing it right now. Okay. Yeah. DW, you've never had anything disappear on eBay. So when we first got back here and when we first moved here, we started getting our stuff out of the U-Haul and trying to get it all back up because I had everything on vacation mode. I think we counted 17 missing items then. So that would have been last October. And then when I started to finally do this full time in March or April. God, it's only been a couple months. It's so weird. I did it again, and we were missing about 10 then, like 10 new things. So every once in a while, I'm like, what is going on, eBay? Why am my stuff missing? Where's my things? So yeah, it's really, 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 really tough. Oh, Thrifty. All right. I'm sending you love, and I'm sad for you. You're going through that. That's rough. All right, next up here, we've got a little pearl snap. Now, I do have 2 of these, and I'm debating selling them together. They are pretty much exactly the same. They're the exact same size. Let's take a look, you guys, and look this up. So we're going to look up, we're going to go over to eBay, and we're going to go to Rodeo Clothing Pearl Snap Button Up Short Sleeve. And let's just see what these are going for. All right. Yeah. So they're not like a huge, they're probably like a $12, $13 shirt, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. The prices are all over the place. Let's take a look. All right. So we've got 1,300 is our comps. Now I got these for $1. So either way, it's fine. I don't really care if I bundle or not. Let's see, this one sold for 22, but that's an XL. These are mediums. Yeah, the sold comps are not super crazy. I think I'm going to go ahead and put these together. So this is what I do when I do like a little bundle. So if I've got a couple things that I know the same person might purchase, is I do this. And this is why I got this double hook here. Originally, I actually got this to do for our robes in the bedroom. And then when I realized I could do this for reselling, I was like, that's better. So I just kind of tuck these in together here. And then I can list as 2. And then I'll just do like some individual pictures. Now, I know a lot of people fold them up and put them down and take pictures. And that's fine too. This is just my method. So, and I tend to sell these these are more of a depop item usually for me too. I don't usually sell this kind of stuff, especially in a medium. I don't sell a lot of men's mediums on eBay. My stuff that sells on eBay is usually the bigger sizes. Yeah. And if you guys have any questions, please, do you think it's eBay or your helpers? It could be the ninjas that steal socks from the dryer. It could be them. That's possible. That's very possible. All right. So this is how I do it. I don't know how you guys do it, but I do a little something like that. And then I'll just put set, and then I'll just do some individual pictures of these. And these are literally the exact same size. So I don't have to worry about the measurements being, you know, weird or anything like that. This is literally like the exact same shirt. So rather than selling them for $12 a piece where someone's got to do shipping, I am going to sell them as a pack for probably 20 bucks, maybe something right in there. Probably 19. That way we get under that 20 mark. People like to see that. So we'll do that guy. And then we'll do this guy. Now, when you guys do bundles like that, do you guys do it hanging up like this, or do you do it like laying down on the, like a table or a floor? I've seen it done both ways. I think both ways are just as effective. I do the same thing. Like if I go to a garage sale, because you guys know I'm the garage sale girl. That's literally like, I do pretty much 95% of my stuff is from garage sales. If I go to a garage sale, let's say, and I see like 15 Banana Republic men's dress shirts, now I can part those out and spend so much time doing that, or I can put all 15 of those Banana Republic men's dress shirts together and bundle it, put the appropriate shipping on for it. Because what I usually do with that stuff is I just put it in a box, and then I just kind of weigh it all. And I kind of know my weights for stuff and how much it costs me to ship stuff out. And I sell it that way. Like as much stuff as I can bundle, in my opinion, the better. I don't know what you guys do. I used to do a pic collage, but I'm doing it this way. Okay, yeah. That's funny. I have a couple of mine up that I used to do the pic collage too. And I started thinking to myself, like, man, I'm taking way too much time doing this because I got to get the collage app open and I got to make it look good and I got to make sure it stays on maximum and doesn't seem wrong and it's got to be square. And I was just like, I'm putting way too much work into this. So how do you photograph items other than clothes? So I have a whole nother station over here to this side over here. I don't know if I can turn this, if you guys can see it. I have a whole nother table over there. And then I just turn my Fovatech lights. I've got one here, and then an overhead one. And then I have a table over here that goes up and down. And that's where I do all my hats, shoes, plush, other items, miscellaneous stuff over there. How do you record your info from buying at garage sales for tax purposes? Really badly. Thank you for asking, Sean. I sold kids like that as lots. Yeah, kids' clothes are great for doing that, for sure. If I did kids' clothes, I would 100% do it that way too. So it's so funny you ask that. I am the kind of person, you guys are going to hear me talk about this all the time. And I don't know, you might get sick of it. You may not believe it. You may believe it. But I truly believe that things you talk about and you put into your space wind up coming up. It's kind of like the universe is also like your iPhone, because your iPhone listens to things and then it advertises the things that you want with algorithms. I kind of feel like the universe sometimes is like the original, like the OG algorithm, because Justin and I were just talking about this. So at a garage sale this weekend, out of the free box, because you know your girl loves the free box at garage sales, was 3 receipt books. So I figure I'm going to do this in the meantime. However, I have been garage sailing so much now that I kind of know, I mean, this is 2 summers of garage sales. If I had to pick a number of garage sales I've been to, and I don't want to exaggerate here, so I want to kind of think for a second what I think it's going to be. I have probably been to over 3,000 now. It may be more than that. Because I spent all last summer, so I did every Friday, every Saturday, some Sundays for an entire, like from like April to the middle of September, every weekend last year. And then also same thing this year. So, I mean, I just went to 122 this last weekend. So it's a lot, like it's a lot of garage sales. And so what I have been doing is I just take one of my notebooks, and I don't think I have that one in here. Let's see if I've got one here that I've done that on. paperwork and stuff, guys, I'm going to be honest, that's probably my downfall. I am not the analytical one of our relationship. I am the hot mess one of our relationship. Yeah, I don't think I have one in here. But I usually just have a notebook with me. And then as I go to the sale, I write down like $5 dash shoes, $6 Nikes, $4 Levi's, whatever it is, whatever I've spent. But I've also discovered kind of what I wish I could find. And I looked and I looked and I looked, and without spilling the beans on anything, I looked and I looked and I looked, and I just could not find what I want and what I'm hoping to have in order to be able to keep track of stuff in what I would call like a charity way, which is like, for anyone that's a little neurospicy out there, like I am, I need things to be like easy and simple, but I also need to be able to like do things quickly. And so Justin and I were talking about this the other night. We like to do our little like have a cider and have a brainstorm session. And I was kind of brainstorming what I want. So I'm hoping to kind of maybe create something that I think would be super beneficial to me for sure, because I know what I need. But I think it might actually wind up helping a lot of people out too. Now, I am not someone that is great about like dates of telling you when something's going to be done, because it absolutely won't be when it's done. But I have been thinking about it. It's on my mind. I kind of know what I'm looking for. And I really honestly think that if I can do what I want to do with this, I know I'm being vague, but I haven't really hashed it all out yet. I think it could be really cool. I think it could be something that could help a lot of people. So, and that's what I'm all about. I'm about systems. I'm about things that are easy. I'm about anything that I can do to like speed up a process, because time is money and I hate wasting time. So there is a guy on here, Bearded Thrifter. He sells a book, but you can look and copy. Yes, Bearded Thrifter is great. Bearded Thrifter actually is one of the very first people I ever followed. I think I have seen like 90% of his videos, especially when I was at the beginning and I was like doing a lot of garage sales and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, I hadn't been, when I started garage selling, you guys, I hadn't been to a garage sale in probably 20 years or something. So I was like, I don't even know how they work now. How do I talk to people? And it was like, I've done sales before and stuff like that. And I've done things where I've had to do like price negotiation stuff. But like, so I feel like I'm qualified to do it. But I feel like when you're just interacting with a human at a garage sale that you don't know very well, I mean, you just got to be a person, right? So I watched a lot of videos just to see how they're talking to people so that it felt less transactional and more just like a conversation, if that makes any sense. Hey, Love Cells, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. That one chick. Hey, D. Okay, next step we've got here is, this is not a brand I was super familiar with. I don't know if you guys are, ELY 1878. I didn't get it because of the brand. A lot of the stuff that I buy is because of aesthetic. Because I am like a descriptive trigger keyword person. Learned a new one today, guys. Folks, new one. New descriptive word. Who wants it? Raise your hand up. I can't see you doing it, but I'm going to pretend like I can. Raise it up. Raise it up. Who wants a new descriptive word? All right. Yeah, so this is an aesthetic find, meaning that because it's pearl snap, it's total skate, surf, Western, all of the Western style, Western fashion, Wild West. It's got the diamond tip pockets, thick stitch embroidery. I mean, this is so many aesthetics. Okay, all right. Ready, guys? Okay, you're gonna have to look it up when you get off here. Eclectic grandpa. I am not kidding you. I would not kid you about these things. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I would not kid about these things. Eclectic grandpa. All right, so this is a huge trend right now. And what it is it's your grandpa if he dressed like super classy, like old school, kind of like a zoot suit era look. This will give you like a better idea here. So kind of like the the grandpa that has a lot of really super unique kind of fire pieces that all kind of go together. You should create an ebook and sell it. I would buy it. Oh man, if I could get my life together enough to do that, I'd be all over it. Yes, I'm adding it to my descriptions yet now. Yeah, so eclectic grandpa. This is like, here's another. So vests, be on the lookout for these sweater vests, like the poopy jacket vests, the little bit of high water zoot suit bottoms. I think of like the cherry pop and daddies, like swingers a little bit, kind of that, but throw a little knit into there. Yeah, really hot, really big right now. So that's definitely something that I will be looking out for now. I will be buying every sweater vest that I can. Now we have to remember styles come in and go out just as fast. I mean, look at like Coastal Grandma. Like that was so huge last year, and now it's kind of like it's still there, but it's not as much. Like all the granny core and stuff like that. It's still big, but not as big as it was. So get that stuff and get it up quickly. With the internet now, we are at the mercy of styles changing so much quicker than they used to. I was actually thinking about this. Oh, wow. Look at how good that picture turned out. I'm sorry. Excuse me, but does that match my hair? I think it does. I was thinking about this the other day. You know, you're out garage sailing by yourself for, I don't know, 6 hours or 7 hours. And your brain is just thinking about all sorts of different things. And so I was thinking about when I was a teenager, 397,000 years ago, when something was in style, it was in style for like a long time. I mean, if you think about it decade wise, right? Like when I say the 50s and you think of styles from the 50s, those pretty much were popular for all of the 50s. 50s housewife, 50s dresses, big skirts, then you move in the 60s and you move into more like, the hippie and the boho era. And that went on for all of the 60s. So that's an entire another decade. 70s, same thing. Bell bottoms, rock and roll. 80s, like, oh my God, like Valley Girls and all that stuff, right? I just did that live on the internet. I feel totally okay about it. So then you've got like, even Y2K from like 2000, and same thing with 90s, which is really hot right now, but same thing with Y2K. So from 2000 to like 2010, it's kind of the same aesthetic. It's like you start to kind of bridge into like the emo time, but you got a lot of rock, you got a lot of Hot Topic in there, but you also have a lot of like Abercrombie and Fitch, Tommy. So you still have your kind of like categories of people in there, and what I mean by that is like you got like the preppies and you got the jocks and you got the skaters, and you have all of those people, and it kind of stayed about the same in that era. And then this magical thing called the internet started becoming more popular, and social media came out, and people just had access to things so much more and could see styles so much more than they could ever see them before. And because of that, our fashion now changes so quickly that it's running through the eras so fast. And they're all kind of running at the same time too. Think about that. Like you've got stuff right now, like the whole 90s, like Paris Hilton Bratz stuff is super popular. But then you also got this like 50s grandpa look that's super popular. And then you've got like this Y2K trashed Nirvana look that's super popular. And it's just really interesting how they're all kind of diverging at the same time. And the only thing I could think of, these are the things that go through Charity's brain as she's out garage sailing looking for Levi's. The only thing I could think of is it really is the internet, right? It's the fact that because we have so much access and there's so much stuff, and now you bring fast fashion into it. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother topic. I think because of that, we're going to see these trends and these styles coming in and out, back and forward more and more and more. Because, and you guys may totally disagree with me on this, and that's totally great because I love having awesome conversations about everything. But this era that we're in right now doesn't really have its own aesthetic, right? Like when you think about it, let's say 10, 15 years from now, you're looking back at 2024. What are you going to say the style is? Well, you're going to say it's 80s, it's 90s, it's Y2K, it's 50s grandpas, it's granny core, which is like 80s grandma tracksuits. It's like all of that. It doesn't really have like meat. There's no meat to it. Is that weird? Is that a strange thing to talk about? I don't know. What brand is that? Sure, I swear I listed one. This one here, ELY 1878. I have no idea what the brand is, but because of the aesthetic and the crispness of that, this will sell because of that. Do you really think you listed the same one? That's so funny. Girl, I found a pair of men's Guess jeans that have an elastic ankle and a rear zip pocket. Whoa, man, what I wouldn't have given to be able to wear Guess when it was popular the first time around. I mean, my mom could barely afford, sweatpants for us, let alone Guess. But I can see in my mind exactly what pants you're talking about. How many listings do you do a day? That is a good question. So I that's probably the most asked question. And here's my answer for you. It totally depends on the day. So I'm like what I would call a batch reseller, meaning that I like to do things in like batches. So I like to get everything photographed. I like to get all the shoes cleaned at once. I like to get all of my listings up at once. I like to get everything cross-listed at once. Now, that might not be the best way to do it. A lot of people say, oh no, but if you just did 5 of this and 5 of that and 5 of that, that's just not how my brain works. I would rather hammer through something. So there's going to be days where I get 30 or 40 listings up. I get 15 things delisted and relisted and 70 things cross-listed because I forgot to cross-list some things 2 days before. Then there's days I get one thing up. I try to make sure I always get at least one up, right? Stay in the algorithms. So there's some days where that happens. So for me, it's like, it's up and down, but I would say if you're looking for the answer because you want to know how many listings you should get up for how much money you should make, I can give you like a little algorithm to follow that would probably help out. And that is talking about the law of 20%. This is something we've talked about a little bit, I think, on here before. I think I've brought this up. I'm going to snip off those there. I think we've talked about this before. I can't remember if we've already gone over it. I apologize to anyone who has to listen to it again, but it's really interesting. So in business or in sales, in any business that you go to, this is something you learn in like marketing school or in college, but this is a freebie, is the law of 20%. So the law of 20% states that anything that you do, meaning effort you put out, in this case, listings you put up, items you photograph, any of that stuff, you are always going to get back 20% of whatever you do fairly quickly. And what that means is if I want to sell 10 items a day, guaranteed 10 items, 100% every time, 10 items. That means I need to have at least 200 listings up that are fresh, new, exciting. People want them. Oh my gosh, right? I need to have at least like 200 up to even have 40 of them that interest people, to even have 8 to 10 of them that sell. So those are all in 20% increments. I hope that makes sense. So if you're wanting to sell 3 items in a day, then you just got to do that math backwards, right? Well, if I want to sell 3 items a day, that means that I need to be listing at least 13 a day to be able to get those 3 guaranteed sales. Now, caveat, it doesn't mean if you list 13, you're going to automatically get 3 sales, because it also takes the right buyer coming in. 20% of people, when they see something, they may buy it or may not buy it. There's also the law of buying, which states that it takes on average most people 5 to 21 times of seeing something to purchase it. It's the number one reason why Amazon created the cart They're like kind of the first company that really does this with the cart, where they have cart reminders and stuff, because you'll put that in your cart, right? You'll put something else in your cart. TikTok does this too. You got this cart, right? Well, now every time you go into that cart, you see that item, and that's what's called an exposure. So it takes on average 5 for what's called an early adopter, meaning people that purchase things more on the ready, to 21, and those are called late adopters. Those are people that really have to think it out before they buy something. Most people fall somewhere in like the 10 to 11 range. So that means that someone needs to see your listing or a listing like yours, or you need to pop up at least like 10 times somewhere. Well, if you only have 20 things listed in your inventory, or even only 100, I'm not dogging you if you only have 100, because I only had 100 at one point too. But if you only have 100 listings up, that means that there's only 100 things out there to feed into those exposures. If I'm confusing you, just take it all and throw it out the window. But if you can kind of wrap your mind around that. So I guess the very long answer to your question is as many as you can. I mean, really, because that's just going to increase you in the algorithm, which increases the number of times that people are going to see your item. For instance, I had a customer, a buyer, I think it was a depop buyer. This was maybe like a month ago, that said, hey, I saw another shirt that you had, and I don't even remember which one it was. I want to say it was a video game shirt. I can't remember now. It doesn't matter. I saw that you had that for sale. Do you still have that? And I was like, no, I think that's sold. And they're like, okay, that's cool. But I saw this other one that I really like, and I want to get it. I think it was like a Mario shirt or something. This person originally saw this other shirt I had. They're interested. Oh, I know. It was the Mario Dry Bones one. They're interested in this one. This one's sold. But because they had seen this one, that counts as an exposure because they saw my account. And now they're buying this one. So that's like a 2 exposure person. Or maybe they had it in their cart for a few days. It's why we send out offers. It's why we send out likes. I have sent out offers, you guys, to the same person a couple times. They've liked something and unliked it. And they get another offer because those are all exposures. Yes, Shauna, like good. No, you really have a command of marketing from all aspects, from the math to human nature. You know what it is? I just did it for a long time. And what's really cool about this job is I'm getting a chance to implement those things that I learned into that. And you guys are taking things that you've learned in your life and implementing it in your business right now. Like, I need to be more organized with paperwork. I wish I had that skill. If anyone out there that is good at that, I give you props, because that's the part of this business I have not been good at. And implement it in a really fun way. Exactly. All right. Let's get this one in here. All right. This is a little Burnside, little lightweight. Pop quiz. Who's buying this? So people always say, like, how do you come up with all your descriptive words and keywords? And my thing is, I imagine people wearing this item, and then I just say to myself, describe them. So just out of curiosity, who's buying this, guys? Who's buying this Burnside pearl snap button up, lightweight, breathable shirt? Hey, Gigi. Ooh, we're over 1,000 hearts, you guys. That's exciting. Who is buying this? So I'll tell you what I see. I see a couple different demographics. So I see a skateboarder, right? So he's skater boy, SK8, the number 8. I see lightweight, breathable, outdoors. Then I see Western, cowboy, rodeo, pearl snap, Western style, workwear, date night. Date night's a great one. 30-year-old male, exactly. So who is, then you go a little bit deeper. A very thin person. Jennifer, I love you. You always crack me up. Who's buying this? A 30-year-old? Okay. Who is that 30-year-old though? What is he like? Is he into punk? Is he edgy? I'd probably put that in here too. Punk, edgy, concert, musician. I always think of like who's buying it, but also like what are they into? What are they typing? Because how reselling works is, and you guys know this, I know this because I buy a ton of stuff. Most of my stuff is used that I buy online. So what I do is if I'm looking for, like I was looking for a couple nights ago, I was looking for new Descendants shirts. And so I go over and I'm like, skater pop punk Descendants shirt, right? So that's what I wear. People are putting these things in. They're not putting in medium blue green shirt. Cool. They're not putting that in. They're putting in 90s retro skate fire insane. That's what they're putting. So putting those things in there in your descriptions, that's just going to help you to be able to have yourself pop up on those algorithms. And you got to pop up, guys. They need to see you a lot of times. So many times. They need to see you so many times. Well, they should be. Hey, Tracy. Oh my gosh, you guys. You guys make me smile. That is something I love about doing this now. I've been doing TikToks for I guess we're coming up on like 3.5 weeks now, I think. And it has been so much fun being able to like be in here and chat, even though sometimes I feel like it's one-sided, but you guys are really good about commenting back and the hearts and stuff. It makes me feel like, okay, there's other people in here. It's just cool to be able to have people to kind of chat with and stuff rather than just being in the room, by myself with, Beverly Hills 90210 on or something in the background that I've seen 874,000 times. Yes, I have seen it that much. And yes, it is a problem. But I like it. It reminds me of being a teenager. What? Okay. Alrighty. I did change my hair, Tracy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we had I think the universe was telling me I needed to slow down or something because the internet was being funky yesterday. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll just do my hair. I did a self-media. I even did like a facial. I clipped my toenails. I mean, I am not a super high maintenance girl, so I had a high maintenance day. It was great. You love you some 90210. Me too. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes. Hi.
Sax slaps. That's all
That's
I know.
sax slap.
Did you do shipping?
I have not done shipping yet. If you want to pull stuff, I would love it.
Are you?
I'm going to ship. Yeah, I'm just getting a few pictures, so I've got some stuff to list tonight.
Babies are fed.
Ooh, doggies got fed. Jack, where's my burp? Where's my burp, Jack? Where is it? Where's my burp? Where is it? Where is it? My little terrier, whenever he eats, he comes and finds me and burps, and it's the most adorable thing. Where's my burps? You want to say hi to everybody? Well, come on. Come on. This is Jack. Say hi, guys. Hi. You got a burp for me? No. All right. See ya. You're not even supposed to be in here. Get out of here. Oh, gosh. I just want him in here with me all the time, but I'm like, I don't want hair on the stuff. Home spa day after being sick. You needed it. That is true. Yeah, and I definitely am feeling behind now that I've been without internet for a day and a half, and then I was sick 2 days last week. Oh my gosh. That's why I'm so backed up in here, is because of that. So much stuff. All right. Next item we've got, oh wait, never mind. Just kidding. We've got this one. So this is a really interesting, I've never seen this. It's got a little tiny spot there. Let's get it trimmed up here. I've never seen this. This is a Dunkin' Donuts shirt, but it is also a Nike Golf, which is like so bananas. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this collab before, but very, very, very unique to have like two really big companies both have that. So very cool. All right, let's see. We need to get front picture. Fantastic. And then whenever you guys are doing photographs and you've got stuff that has logos on the outside, make sure you're snapping pictures of that, because people will buy this stuff because of the strangest little things. Like, I want it because it's got a tiny little tag down here that says Carhartt or whatever the brand is. So I always make sure I take pictures of everything, even if it's not something that you think is going to be a big deal. it could be a big deal to someone else, right? Because it's not our job to decide why someone wants something. It's our job to find a need and fill it, meaning finding items out in the wild, however you do that, whether that's garage sales like me, or that's thrift stores, or estate sales, or buying in bulk, or whatever it is you're doing. That's finding a need and filling it. You're finding things that people want. So all we do is look for things that people want. We put no judgments on it. And we take as many good pictures as we can. And as I always say, I try to describe things as accurate as humanly possible. Now down here, you got a little bit of stitching missing. So I'm just going to put that there. But the person that's going to buy this is buying this because it is so crazy unique to have a Nike Golf Dunkin' Donuts. That makes me want a donut. Oh my gosh. A donut sounds so good right now. Oh, I know. Why did I even bring that up? Oh my gosh. No, we didn't get groceries today because we put in our order for our groceries and we just pick it up because there's only one grocery store. And we live in the third fastest growing town in the United States. And it only has one grocery store. I'm not kidding. There's 45,000 people here and there's one grocery store. So you don't go grocery shopping. What you do is you place an order ahead of time and then you go and pick it up. And you have to just wait until they come deliver it to you. Because otherwise, you will go inside of the store and you will spend 2.5 hours to get lunch meat and 4 yogurts. And I'm not even joking. You told us about the garage before last week. I'm not sure what you mean on that one, Jennifer. Yeah, absolutely insane. Yeah, we're supposed to get like a Whole Foods at some point, but that still only like fits kind of part of the demographic of like an area. Not everybody shops at Whole Foods. I like it for some stuff, but it tends to be like a little on the pricey end for me. So I don't know. It's really strange that we only have the one HEB here. Where I'm from in Washington, I've only been here in Texas. We haven't even been here quite a year. Not quite a year. Close. We're close. And when we first got down here, I was like, where's the grocery store? And I was like, oh, HEB. So we went in there and I was like, whoa, it's so busy today. This is crazy. Yeah, that was a not busy day. The next time we went at Christmas time. Oh my gosh, we spent a little over 3 hours in HEB. I'm like, we just can't do this. I was like, this is like not a good use of time. All right, length is 27.5. Oh, were you saying I've been on longer than that for TikTok because of the garage? Yeah, I think let's see, because we did the 30 days of accountability last month. But I wasn't going live that whole time. I think I started doing that I started doing go lives like the first week of September. So maybe like around August. So it's probably like around the 7th, 8th, 9th. So yeah, I guess we're coming up on like 4 weeks of TikToks now. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, no being backed up because you were sick. Oh yeah, no, the garage is its own situation. That last box that we got out, you guys, is the last one I've got out of the garage. I've got 2 boxes in that room that's got garage sale stuff from 2 weeks ago. And then this is all the stuff from this last week. Like, I feel behind, but I'm not. It's perfect. It's fine. It's exactly how it's supposed to be. Moving forward. Where'd you get your plastic bags? I get those from Amazon. And you can just do the old linkity up on my page and you can go in there and I've got like different categories. The brand I use is in there though. Because I've gone through a couple different brands. I kept buying them until I found ones I like, and now I just reorder the same ones. And I can't remember the names of them. I think I had the thing here. Oh, here it is. Oh no, those are my poly mailers. The RELI is the one I'm liking for my poly mailers right now. How many sales today? I don't know, Mike. We're figuring it out. So I didn't have internet for didn't have the internet at all today until I started this go live. And then I only had it a little bit yesterday. It was super, super, super spotty. So and today I couldn't even get on an app. I couldn't get on Posh. I couldn't get on anything. I was able to get on TikTok last night and watched did we do West? Oh my God, I can't remember. Arizona and CT, was it? Yeah, I think so. Oh my gosh, you guys. Big E. Do you price the same for eBay and Poshmark? Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. 98% of the time. So on eBay, so how I do it is I list on eBay first, and then I cross list everything over. I import everything into Vendu, and then I cross list from there. This is the most insanely awesome shirt, by the way. So when I load stuff into eBay, I constantly run a 5% off sale event in my eBay so that it constantly looks like everything's on sale. And I'll show you what I mean by that, because I actually had a couple people ask about this last time and they're like, I don't understand what you mean. So on my eBay, did my sale end? Oh my gosh, you guys, I think my sale ended. Okay, well, we'll be fixing that tonight. So once a month, I go in and I do a sale. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Post-it note right here. I haven't, gosh, so weird, the things that slip through when you don't have internet. Like that happened today, of course, of all days. So normally on eBay, I run a 5% off markdown sale. So let's say that I want to sell something for $25. I'll put it at $26, and then it automatically goes on a 5% off sale. So then it's like $24.90 or whatever it is. So then when I import that in to Vendu, it imports the sale price. It doesn't import the original eBay price. So it imports it into Vendu, and then I cross list from there. But on Poshmark, things run, go up or go down depending on where you fall, 1950, 1965. So all my stuff on Poshmark is even. I believe that's a true statement. So Poshmark's about the same as eBay. Now, I've seen sellers that mark their Poshmark stuff up just a little bit so that they can do a shipping discount. I've seen people that do a little bit lower on Poshmark and never do discounts. Here's my thing. If I like nickel and dime everything I do, what's going to wind up happening is it's going to suck up all of my time. And time is money, money is time, right? So if I'm spending my time trying to change the pricing on all the platforms I do, I'm just taking time, clicking it away. If I do that with 70 items and each item takes me a minute to change the prices on, I have now spent 70 minutes changing prices. Well, that's not worth it for $1 or $2. So how I work it is eBay is the 5% off sale all the time. Poshmark is whatever it is on eBay after the 5% off sale, less or minus, depending on if it rounds up or down. Depop is the same as eBay, but I also run a 10% off in Depop. I tend to, because I love selling on Depop, I just sell like way more stuff on Depop usually. So I don't mind discounting it just a little bit. Also on Depop, I don't have to pay all the fees that I do on Poshmark or eBay. So Depop winds up being like 10% off whatever the 5% off original is, if that makes sense. So if I loaded it into eBay at 26, it went down to, let's say, 25 after the 5% off sale. It's going to be 25 on Poshmark, and then it's going to wind up being 25 on Depop, but with a 10% off sale. So it's going to be like $23.50 or whatever that is. I don't know if that is perfect. On Grailed, I just leave it the same. I hardly ever sell anything on there, so I don't worry about it. Mercari, I just leave it as the same because on Mercari, I'm constantly sending out offers too. And I did something a little interesting on my auto posher, and I don't know if I like it or not yet because I just changed this 2 days ago. So when I took off the discounted shipping on my auto posher, I then messed with the offers. So here's what I'm doing now. And this is for all the platforms. I am offering and each different platform is a different amount because of how I do my pricing, but I'm just going to keep it simple and say anything that's $0 to $100 is getting this percentage off. Anything that's $101 to $150 is getting a lower percentage off. And anything that's $151 up to $500 is getting an even lower percentage. So let's just say it's 15, 10, and 5, or 20, 15, or 10, whatever it is. So I'm doing some different amounts because I realized if I send the same amount off for some of, like, let's take the pair of Britain boots I have, the 20 holes, the Docs. Those are a $260 pair of shoes. I am not giving somebody 20% off that. That's insane, and I wouldn't do that. That would be like, what, $52 off? Yeah, you're not getting $52 off. So I messed with the offers in the back end of Auto Posture, and I think I'm gonna really like doing it that way. So I'm on the fence if I do, because I'm not sure yet, but I have a good feeling about it. Big E with the rose. All right, let's see. Ooh, Mike, that must have been sewing machines. 15, 11 G's, baby, almost 12. Killing it. Jennifer says, I hoarded and overbought through the first half of the year to carry me through postpartum. Oh my gosh. That makes me so happy. Hey, Brittany, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. What do you do with the 35% off lower than asking? I would never sell something for 35% off ever. Why would I? That is going to eat into your profits like crazy. I had a guy right before I hopped on here. I had a guy send me an offer. Well, he might have sent it earlier and I just didn't see it because of the whole internet situation. But I have a pair of, it's a brand called Goodman. They're an Italian brand shoe. And I have these suede high top Converse-like looking Goodmans. They are outrageously rare, out of production. You cannot find them. They do not exist online. And these are basically like brand new shoes. So they're a $269 pair of shoes. I had a guy send me an offer for, he's like, how about $125 with shipping? That's all I can afford. And I respect that. I get that. But Justin said something that was like a really good point. And he's like, because the guy said, I really want these shoes. They're great, or whatever it was he said. And Justin said, well, yeah, they're great. They're $260 shoes. Of course you want them for $125. That's just not in your budget. So you either need to find in your budget a pair of shoes that's worth $125, or you got to save your money up to get these $260 shoes. Because guys, I had to go out and get them. I had to work for them. I had to pay for them. I had to do all of these things. If you're giving people that much off, all it says to the person is that product isn't worth that. And if I sell you these, let's say that these are a $500 pair of scissors, and I sell you these scissors for $200, I will guarantee without any equivocal uncertainty that you are going to ask to return these, because you're going to look at them and be like, oh, no wonder they weren't worth $500. I guess they really only are like worth $200. I really wanted the ones that were nicer and fancier. And all of a sudden you're going to have negative connotations about this pair of scissors because you got some insane deal, right? It would be like walking in to Nordstrom's, right? And they're like, everything in Nordstrom's is $1 today. You'd be like, this is not real Nordstrom's. What is going on? Like, when a deal seems too good, then why are you getting that deal? Right? So I don't know if that makes any sense. I mean, so you ignore them or decline. Yeah. So what I usually do is here's my thing. Never burn a bridge, right? Never burn a bridge in sales. You never know who's going to buy whatever. And so I just sent the guy a message and said, hey, I totally respect that. Unfortunately, I cannot sell these to you for $125. I was like, these are $260 shoes. I appreciate you being interested in the offer. I can go down to this price. And if that works for you, I'm so in. How does that sound? And that's what I sent off. Let's see if he bought them. I would be skeptical at best if that happened, because he is looking to get it. No, he is looking to get a deal. He's looking to get $250 shoes for $125, and then he's probably going to complain about them. So that's my take on it. Hey, Adri. Yeah, you're welcome, Helena. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, back to this, guys. Okay, all right. So here, oh wait, just kidding. We're doing that one. I do this all the time. Okay, so we're doing this insane shirt. I think we'll do just this one, and then I'll probably get some shipping done because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll have 11, maybe 12. I'd like to get like at least 12 up tonight. So we're gonna get now I want to check the color on this because yeah, that's we might have to go a little lighter on the exposure. So sometimes with these insane prints, don't be scared to mess with your exposure up on the top of your camera if you're on iPhone. I don't know what it is if you're not on iPhone. It's probably in a different location. But I want to make sure I'm representing that shirt. That's better. If I don't and I'm, you know, just happy, that picture is good enough, you're going to end up with somebody buying it, and then you're going to get that message that says this doesn't look anything like the picture. I was hoping this was green. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about my boo-boo. I started talking about it and then I forgot. So last time we shipped together, someone had bought a little bundle, and they bought a Dumbo plush, the Disneyland Dumbo plush, and then they also bought a Moana little pig plush, little bundle on Poshmark. And I got him, I boxed him up, sent him off, didn't even think about it. And then I had 2 Dumbos. I wound up selling another one. And I go to look and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I realized, and I knew it because I could see the Disneyland tag on the new order. And I realized someone got a really great deal because I shipped out a dead stock Disneyland Dumbo with tags from like, it was not a super old boy, but it was probably like a 2013 or something right in there. Still had the tags on it. So that person that got that bundle, it was supposed to be just a used tag off Dumbo and the Moana. I wound up sending them the tagged one. So then I had to message the customer and just say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I explained what happened. And she did ask to cancel the order because if she's going to pay the price of a dead stock Disneyland plush, they want to get with the tags. They don't want the used one. So I can't believe I did that. It happens. I mean, we all, what do they say? To err is human. We all make mistakes, and it is what it is. I had another recent boo-boo. This is the joys of being a reseller. You know, we try to stay as organized as we can, but it doesn't always happen. And oh wow, we sold a lot of stuff. So I shipped out. You guys, you were on with me. We shipped out a Vera Bradley bag, and it was the one that was bought was the it was like a floral pattern. It was like a yellow, black, and white one, and I accidentally shipped her a older Baroque print, which is like a retired print. So I think she's probably stoked on that. So she got a little deal too. You know, it is life. It only messed me up a little tiny bit. She actually was really cool about it. She said, hey, I just want to let you know what happened. And, I don't want to return it or anything. It's cool. I'm totally fine with it. It's super cute. I just wanted to let you know what happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that person was like willing to do that because it's a totally different print. I just didn't even notice it. So it happens every once in a while. And I was just really grateful that she was so cool about it. So I sent her a message back, because never miss an opportunity, right? And so I always, like, my favorite quote in the whole world is, it's hard to hear an opportunity knocking if you're too busy knocking the opportunity. That's my favorite quote of all time. And so I sent her a message. I said, hey, I just want to let you know, I'm so sorry. I said, I still have that bag you want. If you're interested, I will give you a great deal. We'll do discounted shipping. I don't know if she's messaged me back or not, but good gravy, you guys. I mean, it happens. What are you going to do? It happens. All right. This one's nice. This probably is like one of the nicest feeling dress shirts I've ever felt in my life. It's by a brand called Rip Curl. And I think we actually went over this the other day. Someone said, oh yeah, that is a really good brand. I just had never heard of it before. And this shirt, the quality of this shirt is absolutely insane. Like, it is so nice. If I was not in a warm climate, and if I was even remotely near this size, I would have kept this shirt. Because it's just like the feel of it is just so nice. So this is how I do my dress shirts. This one's kind of being a little funky here on the side. I just bring them out here, and I always do my arms kind of just crossed over like this. And then I always keep tape up here if I need it. I don't think I will. I think that looks good there. So we're going to take a picture of this, and we're going to mess with the, do we need to mess with the exposure a little bit? Let's take a look. No, that looks good. All right. And then, of course, I want to get up close on that pocket because it's got a really neat little logo there. Have you guys ever made that mistake, accidentally shipped out the wrong thing? Or, I mean, like I said, I am shocked that this customer was so cool about it. Like, what an awesome person to be like, hey, I got something totally different. But I'm okay with it. It's really cute. Like, that's pretty amazing. And gave me 5 stars on Poshmark. So I think it probably was a blessing that I really take my time when I'm shipping. I put in, you know, a little sticker and a thank you card, and I go through maybe a little, I go over and above maybe a little bit, but it definitely saves my booty in situations like that. So I will take it. I was very, very appreciative. Yes, and they ended up buying a bundle when I shipped out the right. Great. Fantastic. Yeah, you had a good experience too then. I don't know that I would, I think I would be the person that's like, yeah, I really was hoping for the other thing. I'd like to think that I would be that cool. I hope that I would be that cool, but I don't know. I've never had that happen to me before. So, and then when you guys are doing clothes too, always make sure you look for any extra little tag information. Some brands will hide it like up on the little lapel. You never know what someone's looking for. And I've had people message me so many times. Oh my gosh, so many times. Not as much now because I take way more pictures, but my earlier listings where I didn't take pictures of like what the material was made out of, or I wasn't taking more detailed pictures, I would definitely get those questions. And then it's like, you don't want to not answer them because it's a buyer, and you don't want to not, reach back out to them because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I would have to go in, pull the item, get it out, measure it, and go through all that. And that's just takes so much time. I always do it, and I still get it on a few of my older listings, but hopefully all those will be sold. What would you have done if she asked for the right one, preparing for future possibilities? Yeah, I would have just asked her to return that one. I would have refunded her the money, and then I would have had her purchase the other one. Yeah, but she was cool with it. So, maybe my take is she may have been needing it for an event or something, and maybe she just didn't want to have to return it, or maybe she was hoping to wear it out that weekend or something. I don't know what the situation was, but it was really cool. Like, I was not, the second I started reading the message, my heart just sunk because I knew exactly what purse it was. I knew exactly what I did. So now I'm going to have to go back in, and this is on my list of things to do. I'm going to have to go back in, and because I immediately delisted the other one, right? So I immediately went out, delisted the other one, and then it's just sitting in there now. So I'm going to have to list the, oh gosh, so crazy, but that's okay. It is what it is. All right. Ooh, I bet you Amazon's here. Dogs are going crazy. All right. Sleeves are 23. Shoulders are 16. So for these of you that are wondering what I'm doing down here, I just put all my information down about listings when I do them. That way I can sit down and just power through the listings super fast. It works for me. Some people don't like doing it this way, but it is what works for me. Okay, let me go. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, that's 11. That's probably good. I should be able to get those up tonight. And then I got to get the stuff shipped. So, because I want it to at least appear shipped tonight, because I had people that had reached out to me asking if I had shipped, when I shipped stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, but I couldn't even get a hold of them today because apparently my cell service doesn't work here, which is insane. Like, I have Verizon. It should be good. I don't know what the situation is, but yeah, I don't get any reception here. Okay, no, I do not want to do labels in bulk. It always asks me if I want to do labels in bulk. I'm like, no, I do not want to do labels in bulk. Please stop asking me if I want to do that. I like to do them individually because I'm probably going to go on pirate ship. All right, guys, let's get started with eBay here. I'm going to go ahead and put our lanyard down. We're going to take off the glasses. And let's do eBay first. So we're going to go ahead and switch modes here. If you guys still have any questions about taking pictures or anything like that, feel free to ask. I am going to turn off the hot, sweaty lights because it gets warm. We are in Texas. We're in Texas, baby. And it gets warm. We're going to do that. We're just going to change. We're just setting the mood. We're just changing here. You like the little things up there? Hey, this is my thing. I was like, if I'm going to be spending a lot of time in this room, I need it to look kind of cool. That's the way my brain works. I'm like, I need some bling. I need some fun stuff. Hey, Amy. All right, let's switch modes here. And let's get some stuff shipped. So we're going to go ahead and start with eBay. I always start with eBay because for fear that something has sold on another platform, I do not want to accidentally ship out the eBay one and not ship out something sold on eBay on like Poshmark or something accidentally. I don't want to do that. So, all right, this is looking like eBay. Justin usually brings me everything here, and let's get started. Okay, first thing I see is we got a pair of Crocs going out. Did have to do a little refund on the last pair I sent out. It's my bad. I probably should have checked it better. And yes, when she sent the pictures of what happened, they definitely were the ones I had sent. The strap, they were ones that had a strap, and the strap thing had just separated. I got them for $1 at a garage sale. So, I mean, no sweat. It's $1. I'm not worried about it. Ooh, and if we can keep these under £1, that would be fantastic. They're at 14.6 right now. So we are going to poly mail these, and I'm going to wrap them with a little bit of bubble wrap because that will be lightweight. And if you're newer to doing this, the reason I want to keep them under £1 is because the shipping is going to be less expensive. We also need to get out. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Okay, I go to get a sticker. I swear, you guys, I just reloaded my drawer. I wasn't even paying attention. This is the first sticker I see. Excuse me? That is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Justin! You can't hear me. I can't wait to tell him that. That is amazing. This is Joy from Inside Out. Oh, Southern. That's what Justin said too when I finished my hair. He's like, oh, it's Joy. I'm like, it is Joy. I love that movie. That is such a great movie. I have not seen, isn't there a second one now? I have not seen the second one. Like with the, isn't it like where the little girl's like a teenager? Is that even out yet? I don't know. I am so bad with like knowing what movies have come out and stuff. Like it is not my strong suit. I'm always like behind on the times of like, I'll be like, oh yeah, maybe that movie's in theaters. Justin will be like, yeah, it was in theaters 6 months ago. I'm like, oh. You are Joy, I reckon. I'll be anxiety. Oh my gosh. That was me all day today with not having the internet. Like, oh man. Although we got so much stuff done. I even have like sourdough bread ready to be baked tomorrow, just proofing in the refrigerator. Like Susie Homemaker, I did self-care yesterday. Like, I guess the universe was like, all right, girlfriend, you need to like take some time. Take some time. All right, we're gonna see if we kept this under £1. Drum roll, please. Woo! We have 15.6. That makes me a little nervous. Let's see. Let's wait again. Oh God. Oh, that's so tough. Oh man, the conundrum. Bum 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 bum. So they're at 15.6. I just don't want to risk it. I 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 don't want to risk it. It'll only probably be like 60 cents more if I do this through pirate ship than it would be if I just did it on eBay. They paid $6.80. I might end up eating this just a smidgen. I got these at a garage sale last. Oh, there's a fly in here. I got these at a garage sale last year. Did I get it last year? Yes. Yes, I got these at a garage sale last year. And they have been in my store for sale for so long. Like, I think it's just the color of them. They're kind of like a strange brown color, but I think I got them for like $1 or something. Oh, yes. I remember this garage sale. So this lady, have you guys ever had this happen? I'm at this garage sale and we were in Silverdale, Washington. And I'm like, hey, if I, because I'm seeing a bunch of stuff I want. She had some Brooks and she had a couple North Face jackets and stuff. I'm like, hey, if I do like a little bundle deal, would you be able to do a bundle price? And she looks at me and just goes, no. And I was like, okay. And so then I start asking, like, hey, you got this for 15. Would you be willing to do 13? It's 15. Like, whoa. Okay. But I got those Crocs for $1. So that worked out in my favor because we sold them for what, like 17 or something like that. It was just such a weird, like, it was a hard no. I'm like, okay. So we're going to do a pound on this. I know I could maybe get away with having it under a pound, but it's just not even worth the risk, right? Michelle, yeah. This is like side eye. I was like, okay. Oh, clutch. Okay, then. Excuse me. She paid $6.80. They are $6.79 to ship. You can't make that up. That is clutch. Between that and me having a Crocs sticker is insane. That is so wild. Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna print that out. And Mary in Alabama is going to get this lovely pair of Crocs. All right, number one, we need to get some bags out. Ooh, I scored something kind of cool at one of the garage sales this weekend. So it's that garage sale where I got all those band t-shirts. She gave me this bag because I bought so much stuff, so she just put it in here. I've never seen one of the IKEA ones that actually zip closed. So that's cool. Have you guys seen this? Like, this is like so awesome. I think that's so great. Like, I don't know, it's just gonna fit a lot of stuff, and it's like a duffel bag almost. The strap. I know. I'm amused and excited by strange and small wins. Dollar General penny list, here I come, right? No doubt. You can get them in my stores are so rude. Is it Colanox? I've never even touched an IKEA bag. Yeah, I wound up getting these. They had a free shipping IKEA day thing or something, and these bags were like $1.99 a piece, free shipping. So I think I bought like 5 or 6 of them. I had one left in here because the rest of it has reselling stuff in the hoard, in the garage, because that's the life we live. I live the life of a garage hoarder. I'm come to terms with it, and I'm okay with it because it's going to help make money and pay the bills. All right. Oh yeah, I even like my description of these is so bad. Like, no wonder they took a while to sell. All right, the next thing we've got here is a brand you should never snooze on, and that is the 511 tactical pants. 511s sell 100% of the time. All the time. Let's see. This says repeat buyer. Okay, so someone bought 2 items. All right, so this brings up an interesting question, and there is no judgments on your answer. So I've got a guy here that has bought 2 items to ship out. He did not buy them at the same time, though, and because the way that he did it, he had to pay shipping on both of these items. Now, some people will keep both the shippings and they will only refund them if the person asks, and then other people will refund either way. So my question to you is, do you guys do a little refund back if someone purchases multiple items, or do you only refund them a little bit back if they ask for it? And this is a no judgment. I don't want any judgments from anyone onto anyone. It really is just a question. So normally what I do, here's my thing, is I will normally send over, like, let's say that they paid $14 for shipping, but the shipping on this is only going to be like probably $7 or $8. So I'll probably send them over like $3 back. You know, keep the $3 or $4 or whatever just for me as like a little bonus, but then also give him a little bit back. Because I always think of like in sales, like it's kind of like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. And this guy is so much more likely to come back as a repeat buyer to me if I send him a message over that says, hey, I just wanted to let you know I bundled both of your items together and it saved a little bit on shipping. So I'm just sending you a refund over through the app. You know, let me know when you get in. Thanks. Take care. Have a great day is normally what I'll say. So my question is, what do you guys think? What do you do? I found and listed Wrangler flame resistant, not a big flip, but cool find. Oh, that is cool. I don't think I've ever seen a Wrangler flame resistant. I didn't even know they made that. What about 511 tops? Yeah, everything. I cannot keep 511 in my store. Like if it's like a super plain top, it may take you know, a couple extra days to sell or maybe a week to sell, but I can't keep it in the store. It always sells. Now, here's the thing though about 511 is that you have to make sure that you're letting the people know that it's Gorp and Gorp Core. So 511, because there's so much out there for sale, especially with it being kind of like a newerish modern brand. A lot of people are just finding it at sales in good condition and flipping it or thrift stores or whatnot. And so you want to make sure in your descriptions, you're getting the good descriptive words in there, like Gorp, Gorp Core, outdoor, outdoors, hiking, climbing, fishing, camping, tough guy, tough, hardcore, military, tactical, American, all of those kind of words are going to be really pivotal in separating you from the other reseller that's like 511 shirt, medium, tan, and then the description's like excellent condition, washed, measurements, and then whatever their little disclaimer is. Like you're going to separate yourself out if you've got all those trigger words in it, because people that are looking for 511 will type things in the search engine like Gorp, Gorp Core, outdoors. Like if they're looking, if it's some dude that's like, oh, let's see, what do I need this weekend? Outdoor, hunting, military, breathable shirt. That might be something that they type, or Gorp, because people that are buying that kind of stuff know that term. So that's something that's going to be in there. And then that's something that the algorithm helps too, especially if you're one of the only people that has Gorp or Gorp Core in your descriptors. I'm telling you guys all my secrets, but it really does make a huge difference. If you pay $1 for an item, what's the lowest you want to sell it for? You know what, Heather, that's a good question. I think for me, it's not even so much of like, what do I want to sell it for? It's just, what is it worth? Like, I am not looking to make less than $5 on anything. If I am making less than $5 on something, but between the time it took me to list the item and by the time let me copy this. By the time I do all the things I need to do to be able to get this item up, if I sell it for any less than that, it's like, what am I even doing with my time? Right? Like you're making an hourly wage that you get to make up and you get to make it whatever you want. So if I sell it for $1, I hope I sell it for 10. I hope I sell it for 20. I hope I sell it for 50. I hope I sell it for 300. I hope I sell it for 600. I think it just depends on like what the market is. But I think that because I am the kind of seller that I'm like a turn and burn girl, I always have my prices set probably a little tiny bit lower than everybody else. It's probably like 5%, which I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but it really makes a difference to people. So I try to like be on the little bit lower end, unless it's something where I'm like, this is a, 1998 Nikes. These are like a Jordan 2. Like I am selling them for what market price is. But generally for most things, I'm going to try to just cut the price a little bit, but I can do that because of how I source. Now I realize that not everybody can do that. So if you're not someone that can get stuff, if you're not doing the bins and getting, paying $1 a pound or whatever it is there, or if you're not doing what I do, which is like garage sales and yard sales, then you got to kind of take in consideration what you're paying for it. And I mean, I will be very honest with you. This is like a true and honest moment. If I had to only run this business by sourcing from like Goodwill or something like that, I don't know that I would be willing to sell stuff at the price that I sell it for, but I also don't know that I would turn and burn as much stuff, because if I'm at a garage sale and I'm getting a pair of corduroy Levi button flies for $2.50 or $2 or whatever, then I can sell them for $17.95 while everyone else is selling them for $20. But if I have to buy these pants at a thrift store and then I got to try to sell them, if they're, I mean, these are probably what? I haven't been to Goodwill in so long, you guys, but I'm guessing that they're going to charge you, let's just say this pair of pants. For those of you that go to thrift stores and stuff, like what would this be? There's a white tab, corduroy, button fly, like probably 2020 or 2021s, I would say, for the year. Like these were $2 for me at a garage sale. So at a thrift store, what do we got? $11.99. Yeah. I mean, hey, West Coast, $8.15. Yeah. So if I am buying these, let's just say that they're going to charge me $12 at a thrift store for this, I have to sell these for like $24. So unfortunately, what that means is they're probably going to sit in my store for a lot longer, or I'm going to have to be willing to take a much smaller amount. But if I'm only profiting $5 on that, if I'm spending 11 and I'm selling them for 19 after fees and everything, I'm only making $5. Is it worth it for me to do that flip? For me, the answer is no. Now, if I was trying to do this the thrift way, I probably would do, I'd probably implement some of the stuff like K-Way does. I'd probably do some like retail arbitrage. I probably would look for just the really kind of, I know that they do a lot of, like, he seems to find a lot of like big boy brands and stuff and goes for the stuff that's a little bit more high end. And I know a lot of resellers do that. I'm more the like everyday stuff. So I really like everyday clothing and I like Y2K. It's what I wear. It's what I like. It's what I know. So that's why I do the garage sale thing. I don't even know why we even got on that tangent, but I hope I answered your question in the absolute longest possible way that anyone could ever answer a question. Oh my gosh. Southern, I probably just answered your question or maybe didn't answer your question. There is a chance it could have been either way. Oh my gosh. Levi's, I can get $4 or less usually. Yeah. So when I was living in Washington State, which by the way is one of the most expensive places to live, by the time, because Isaiah and I had done some, my son and I had done some thrifting at the very beginning. He was taking me to Goodwill and teaching me how to like do comps and stuff. That's where my name Nice Comps came from. I was like, ooh, nice comps. And so he was teaching me that, and Goodwill is a great place to do that, right? Especially when you're first learning like how to take pictures of things and they're not going to harass you and you just kind of do your thing. Our stuff there was insanely expensive. So even back then, this would have been like February of 2023. Yeah, so February of 2023, it was like $14.99 for a pair of Levi's. So I can only imagine it's probably even more now. Now that's just where I was. It may be totally different where you guys are, but that's how much it was for me. So I learned real quickly. I'm like, I don't have the money to buy stuff at this price. I can't do this. And that's why I turned into the garage sale girl, was because I could get stuff for $1, $2 and flip it, because I don't do a lot of high-end brand stuff. If you're looking for a reseller to follow that does only high-end brand stuff, I'm not your girl. I am your breads, I'm your butters, I'm your turn and burns, I'm your come across a really neat item every once in a while. If you came across those Nikes that are worth like $200, like I love coming across that stuff. I'm just not actively looking for those big, huge brands. I am looking for just your meat and potato stuff. Because for me, the meat and potato stuff, I can find it pretty much anywhere at any yard sale, and I can find it for $1. Like this is a good example here. And I buy a lot of stuff because of the aesthetic of it, meaning the look of it, not just the brand. So this is a plow ahead Ram shirt. It's old school, right? Look at the tag. What this is It has to do with let's see, I'm trying to remember. It's like the Future Farmers of America teamed up with Dodge Ram to do a Farmer of the Year thing. It's like 2013. And there was even commercials about it. I don't know if anyone remembers these commercials, but when I was trying to find this shirt, there wasn't another one online. And so I ended up finding a YouTube video with this commercial. And it was like, it was a Super Bowl ad. That's what it was. It was a Super Bowl ad from 2013. And it was this Farmers of America Plow Ahead had teamed up with Ram Truck. And so this is the kind of stuff I like to find because I got it for $1. It may have been 50 cents, guys. I'm going to be honest. And we sold it for 20 bucks. So this to me is the stuff I like. I also kind of, I think I just realized this about myself too. Interesting, introspective moment. I also really like it because I feel like I find a lot of stuff that people have been looking for. Like they saw this old commercial and it reminds them of something, or their dad taught them how to drive on this truck in this year. Maybe he's not around anymore, or who knows what the stories are. I make up in my head. But the messages I get back from people are really cool sometimes. And it'll be like, hey, I'm so stoked on this t-shirt. Actually, you know what? Let's look this up. I feel, this is going to sound weird, but I feel like this was one of them where I got a really cool message. Was it this one? Let's take a look here. Oh, nope, not this one. Okay, I think it's one on Depop. We'll find it. But I got a really cool message about it. And I get a lot of messages from people. This is adorable. I get a lot of messages, and it's a farmer shirt. I think that's appropriate. I get a lot of messages from people that will be like, you know, oh my gosh, my sister had this shirt years ago, and, you know, she lost it through a divorce, and you know, she's talked about it, and I'm just stoked to find it again. I think that's why I like selling so much of the Y2K stuff is because I get stories back. It's like if you guys have ever sold plush and you're like, oh my gosh, my daughter's been looking for this Levy forever. Like, I'm so glad you have it. Like that kind of thing. It always just makes me feel really good. So I think that's why I tend to, veer towards this. Okay, let's see. They paid $6.20 for shipping. It's $5.45. So made a little extra on that for our handling. Do we miss some questions? All right, Southern, I'm going up here. Let's see. Southern fell asleep. How much? Got South Pole jeans, Levi's. Okay, how much do you usually pay for your South Pole jeans? I'm sure you find them. I do find South Pole jeans. Actually, you know what? I think we have a South Pole shirt we're wrapping up today. Garage sales. I mean, you guys are going to get the same answer from me every time because I just don't go to thrift stores. I went to the Goodwill that is here. When we first moved here, I went to the Goodwill here because I was so nervous that I wasn't going to find as insanely awesome a sales as I found up in Washington State. I was just so nervous about, like, up in Washington, I'm finding Carhartts all day. I'm finding Columbia. I'm finding North Face. I know what to look for up there. But moving down here to Texas, I'm like, I'm going to have to learn new brands and learn all of that, which I have. And it's been fun. But I was so nervous I wasn't able to find anything. I just wanted to see what the Goodwill was like. So I went in our Goodwill here one time. So I've been in once about like 4 or 5 things, but I spent way too much time in there because I'm, picky about what I'm spending price wise. I got a pair of Steve Madden boots that we sold. The backs were peeling off. I can't believe somebody bought them. I did get the score of a lifetime. Actually, that is true. That trip. I have a pair of vintage made in the USA Winnie the Pooh Disney Vans collab shoes, which is going to take a very special buyer to buy because they are very expensive. So I did get those there for $14. But like I spent $14 on a pair of shoes at a thrift store. I'm just so used to paying $1 at garage sales. So it did take me some time for sure. Yeah, you guys get good deals. Have you ever thought about driving more into hard goods? I have. I just don't find that it brings me the joy, and I have done it. I mean, that's basically what I started out doing because I started this business because I was getting rid of the stuff that I didn't want from when my mom had passed away. So I had, a whole home full of home goods and hard goods, and she had like massive amounts of collectibles and stuff. And so I sold a lot of that stuff. Takes me longer to wrap, takes me longer to ship, takes the right buyer. Sits on my shelves a little bit longer, harder to clean, harder to comp, harder to find, harder to Google Lens. Like with this, I'm like, Columbia. This is a Columbia button-up pink vented adjustable shirt. There's 400 of these on the line that have sold. Go in, sell similar, put my specs in, boom, done. Like, so for me, I think that's why I do clothing, is because I am the world's most impatient person and I can get it done like super fast. All right, this person is getting a Lovey sticker, super cute. When I have an item that's a lighter color like this, especially just knowing the kind of material that this Columbia is, I'm always a little worried about the stickers transposing on for any of the more delicate fabrics. So I usually just wrap it up. So that's a little tip that might help some of you guys if you are selling shirts and stuff like that, and you put stickers or anything in. If it's any sort of material that brings you any sort of trepidation, make sure that you're putting that on the outside. Yeah, I can't believe you can get Levi's for that cheap. That's amazing. My main source is Goodwill. I just have to be very selective, at least $15 profit minimum. Yeah, West Coast, that's what you'd have to do. And I've actually gotten some stuff at Goodwill, and I've done okay, but I feel like a couple things happen. First of all, I have an anxiety issue, which so many people have now. So or at least people are a little bit more open about it. I used to be kind of embarrassed about it, but I'm not anymore. When I am in an environment, and this used to happen to me in high school, especially, I had a really hard time with this. Halogen overhead lights, I can hear them in my head buzzing. And like, I can hear someone chewing a mile away, or someone that's clicking or tipping. Like ASMR that's supposed to relax people gives me like crippling anxiety. And so this is probably like a lot of information, but that's okay. So for me, when I go in Goodwill, it takes me so long to get through stuff that by the end of it, I am just like in a sweat. When I was doing it with my son, it was fun because we were joking and laughing and stuff, and he could just tell he's kind of like me, like where he's like, okay, I'm over it, and he knows me well enough to be like, all right, let's head out. So I think that's probably why I kind of even more so started really trying to find like garage sales and stuff like that and yard sales, because I just don't have to deal with that. So I don't know if anybody even knows at all what I'm talking about. I have like a little sensory situation. So anything that has like buzzings or sounds like that, I can hear, and it causes issues. So just sharing it all. Yeah, it was a little long-winded. Oh, church rummage sales, Michelle. Church rummage sales are my favorite. That was one of the best garage sale days I ever had at the very beginning. Was a church garage sale. I got buckets of vintage Mary Englebright for like $2. I got 60 vintage Whirlers pencils from the 80s. I've been slowly sending those. I mean, we must have made $1,000 off those pencils. I'm not even kidding. Like, I had one lady, she was a repeat buyer. She's a teacher. She would buy them and then give them out to her students as rewards. So we did really good on that one. I haven't found any here, which it seems like there's a lot of churches, but I haven't seen any. I've been looking. Did I miss anything else there? Yeah, what is even normal, right? Repetitive. Yeah, the repetitive. Like we joke, no tipping, no quickly, no clacking, no snipping, no snapping, no chewing, no biting, like all of that. Like I just can't. I saw a great t-shirt. This couple I follow that they're always like, your partner has ADHD or your ADD, you win, and it's like ... And the guy's wearing a t-shirt that says, loud chewers will be prosecuted. I was like, oh my gosh, that's totally us, baby. Justin was like, oh yeah, it is. Hey, honey, I think I'm missing an item that just sold. Jess, can you hear me, baby? Nope. All right, we will move on and get that. We just sold a shirt. Okay, so let's see. That is eBay, then minus the thing that we just sold. Let's pop over to, what should we do next, guys? Poshmark? You want to do Poshmark together? Let's do Poshmark together. This is the latest in the day I've ever done shipping. This is so wild. I feel like CT doing late night shipping, baby. So weird to not have internet today. That was just so crazy. I'll never get over it. Oh my gosh. All right, orders. Let's see what we've got. Okay. First thing we have here, it looks like a wallet. Where is that? Let me find it. Did he bring me in multiple buckets? I feel like I've got even more stuff that's sold than this. So let's move to, what is this? Okay, this is the one I think got a super cool. Where did he put Poshmark? Oh my gosh, you guys. This is when you know you've sold a lot of stuff, is when you can't find anything here. So did he pull Poshmark? I'm hoping he pulled Poshmark. What else do we got on there? Yeah, we got a couple things. All right, well, let's move over. We'll move over to Mercari then, because I don't think that's Poshmark sales stuff there. All right, what we got? What do we got on Mercari? I think we sold some stuff on Mercari. Let's take a look here. Am I missing anything? You're doing awesome. I take what works for me, and your advice really appreciated. Heck yeah! West Coast. Oh my gosh. West, you're gonna be known as the lullaby king. Like, you guys, he spits out some mad lullabies. I'm telling you. Make you sleepy. My brain will never shut up. So it was nice to be able to be lulled to sleep. All right. So our first item here. So like I said, I always sell the weirdest stuff on Mercari. I've got some plush that I had picked up from a while ago. So we got a little Disney Tigger. I'm going to make sure this is the right one because we have multiple of these. I think I have 2, maybe 3 of these. So I don't want to do the same thing that we did last with the Dumbo one. All right, Kohl's Cares Disney. Yeah, this has got to be the right one. Okay, I just want to make sure because we already went through that. We don't want to do that, right? Learning from our mistakes. Oh, it says encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. Hey guys, I'm encouraging you to share this live and invite more friends because that's what TikTok says. TikTok's the boss. All right, open the label on this. Also on Mercari too, just make sure that your weight is good because Mercari is really, really, really picky about the weights of stuff. So this guy's at 5. I'm going to go ahead and put him in a little saran wrap just because I don't want him, getting destroyed in the mix. Saran wrap doesn't, really add to the weight of anything. So we're just going to wrap this little guy up. We're going to tuck his little hands and feet in. We're going to say, okay, Tigger, time to go night-night. The most wonderful thing about Tiggers are wonderful things because their hearts are made out of rubber and their tails are made out of string. And they bouncy, troncy, bum, 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 fun. The most wonderful thing about Tiggers is I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Grrr. I probably butchered the lyrics on that one, but that's okay. We had fun doing it, and that's all that matters, right? How did we do? Was I even close on the Tigger song? Was that even remotely close? Bitch says bravo. I don't know if that deserves a bravo, but I'll take it. All right, Tigger, get on in that bag. Get in that bag right now. And we're going to snuggle him up here. Look at, we got static electricity going on today. Ooh, guys, we're on fire. Peel. All right. And wrap this little dude up here. And print this out. This is going to Rihanna. That's fun. In New York. Getting a Tigger. Fantastic. I love it. Okay, and here I go again on my own. And in case you're wondering here, I always separate my post office and my UPS stuff because you do not want to mix up where you're taking those. You will be a naughty puppy if you do that. And nobody wants to be a naughty puppy. Oh. Okay, what else do we have here on Mercari? I feel like we have another. Didn't we sell something else there? Where is in progress? Ooh, they changed the way this looks. Interesting, huh? A little update there. or my computer finally just updated, which is possible. Okay, here is next item. I got this at a garage sale for like $1. I thought it was going to be worth a little bit more. It wind up only being worth like $14, but I mean, we still made $13 on it. So it's like a new with tags, Seattle Seahawks, but it's a women's. I mean, we're headed into football season, so we're probably good now. But I was thinking it was going to be worth a little bit more, but I didn't realize when I went to list it, I realized that technically it's a teen. So technically it was not a women's, but it kind of is. It's a really big shirt for being a teen's. So I think that's probably why it took a second to sell, was just because it was just so it's like a weird sizing. Like someone had to really look at the measurements to see if it fit. This is adorable. This is adorable. Oh, look at that little kitty. Wow. Look at that little kitty. So sweet. Okay, putting this in a little holly here. Got to meet the cutest little corgi, not a kitty cat, doggy. Got to meet the cutest little corgi at a sale the other day. His name was Gus, and I said, Gus, Gus? And the owner said, of course it's Gus, Gus. And I was like, oh, good, because that's Cinderella. I mean, who doesn't love Gus, Gus, right? Gus, Gus. All right. So this is going in a little bag, and we are going to make sure that the weight is good. I don't usually mess up on this, but you never know. You never know. So let's see. This is the weight on this was 1 pound. Yeah, so we're good. Oh, this is going to, I literally know where this address is. That's so funny. So this is going to Tacoma, Washington. I have spent much time in Tacoma. There's a restaurant there called the Matador. It's so freaking good. It has like this ossobuco, and it's got like this like Latin flair, and like the stuff comes flaming, and they have like the best drinks. Woo, girls getting hungry. Girls getting hungry. What did I eat today? Did I eat today? What did we do today? Oh, I had a yogurt, a banana, and a Fit Crunch bar. So yes, I definitely, it's getting to be about that time. Okay, so mark this as shipped. Mark it as shipped. Jody, your shirt is on the way, technically in the morning because the post office is closed. I don't remember the last time I shipped at night. It's so crazy. Love. Ooh, West Coast with the heart puffs. I love it. Arizona. Shauna, you are a super nice person. It's been decided. You're a nice person. I like you. Okay, what else do we got here? All right, we sold, another sports shirt. See, I'm telling you, mercari's always a little bit strange for me. Where is that one? Is it in here? No. All right, I think my lovely taker of things off the shelf is definitely did a kind of job today. I'm gonna give him a kind of job. All right, let's go over to Depop here. So I know we got a whole bunch of stuff on there. And I don't know where my lovely partner of pulling things is. He's probably still installing the door handle. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Where is our selling hub on Depop? Where are you? I need you. I need to ship some items. Okay, so our first thing here is, I think we just listed this. A little bit ago. So this is a really cool shirt. So if you guys are wondering what sells on Depop, I'm going to kind of give you guys kind of an idea. So something like this is a lot like the shirts we did earlier today. Anything with like that kind of like punk, indie aesthetic sells really well over there. So anything skate, anything surf is going to sell on Depop really well. I would say I definitely sell more men's clothes over there. Now, that being said, I don't sell. Oh, I just noticed this has like a little spot on the shoulder, and I feel like I don't know that was in the listing. I don't sell a lot of women's clothes, so I'm probably not the best to that. I feel like I need to take a look at that. and make sure that's in the photos because I don't think I noticed that. My love, is that you?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so many things are not here.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay, let me look in this photo here.
Let
me look on the app.
Things, though, it's hard to remember.
Yeah, I think that I'm missing, like, I think Poshmark. I think I'm missing eBay stuff. I don't even know where the Poshmark stuff is. I don't even feel like it's in here. I don't know. Let's take a look. Okay. I'm looking at this item. So this is the kind of seller I am, guys, and this is the kind of seller I encourage you to be. If you've got something that has sold and then you're wondering if you can see that in the pictures, please take the time to look, because the last thing you want is someone getting something and then being like, dude. Let's see. What arm is that? That's the left. Yeah, I can't really see that in the pictures. I think I'm going to message this guy and just let him know. So, okay, I'm going to set this to the side and then I'm going to message him. First, I'll see if I can get it out, rinse it, but I am not looking at getting a message back. You can kind of see it in that picture, but that's a core values thing. I'm like, I can't without knowing that was there. Thanks for the heart. Favorite vintage jeans to flip apart from Levi's? Oh, Southern. Always Levi's. Junko, easy. True Religions, for sure. Especially if you can find like the kind of like almost belled bottoms ones at the bottom. Those are a little harder to find. Those are probably my favorite other two vintage. Besides, obviously Levi's is going to be number one. But I'd say those two. Like, and really anything that's got like that loose baggy aesthetic. Like, because you guys know I'm more of like an aesthetic seller than I am just name brand. So if it's baggy or acid wash or loose through the thigh or stone washed, if it's got that like I'm in a 1993 Adam Sandler movie, or I'm in or 2003 Adam Sandler movie, or it's got that like 1993 skate SLC punk look to it, then I'm gonna sell it. Mrs. Risner, I swear you are a teacher. You can't not be a teacher. I get to see you like, hello, Mrs. Risner. I'm happy to see you today. Found a pair of orange tab 646 Levi's today at Salvation Army. Boom. 646. I can't even place what that looks like. I don't even think I've ever come across a 646. Wild. Retro, that's a score. What'd you end up getting them for? The day I find a pair of Juke, I will rent a blitz and fly over the whole entire USA. I love it. Yeah, I've come across, I think I've sold just a couple. I think I've only found a couple. And by a couple, maybe two. And I think it was pretty early on. I know my son and I went to a sale and it was like whatever you could fill in a bag. And it was like in this warehousey thing. He picked up, I think, a pair or two. I picked up a pair. It might have been just one pair. I want to say it was two, but it might have just been one. So they're a hard boy to find for sure. Big Bell, $7.99. Wow, that's a score. That's got to be like what? I'm gonna guess. What's the weave on it? Is it like the crosshatch knit? So it's got like the warp and the weft where they're woven like a regular pair of Levi's, or is it got more like the vertical stitching down? What kind of, is it like a twill? Like what is it? I'm so curious on these. See, I get excited about Levi's. I had a pair of women's with no outside logos or designs. Took forever to sell. Yeah, that's a tough one. It's definitely going to be like, he's got to have the sick, crazy designs on it for sure. Yes, Shauna. This is the answer. All right, so this is another thing. Always be looking for this. So this technically would be what's called cyber. And this is a company called Filter. I think this might be the last one I have, and not Filter the band. It's an actual old company. I got a ton of these for like, I think I spent $40 on a huge lot, but each of them has sold anywhere from like $15 to like $30. So we made a good, like probably 5 or 6 times profit on them. I just bought this guy out at a garage sale. More of the orange. They're a 79. Wow, more of an orange threads. What do you mean by orange threads? Oh, like the orange stitching? Interesting. All right. This person's getting a little surf Vanagon here. We're going to tuck this into a little poly bag, and we will be GTG on that. And let's see what we got. This is probably 6 ounces would be my guess. Yes. Okay. So for Depop, I do all of my shipping outside of Depop. So if you're new to watching this hot mess adventure called my life, you can choose to ship stuff inside of Depop, but I would rather ship it outside of Depop because I can pad my shipping a little bit. It helps to make up for the fact that I am giving a discount and I do free bundle shipping on Depop. So I always do probably $1.50 over the price, I would say, for the shipping price on this. And it's just something I just have like mathematically, I've started like just, you do it enough times, especially I think that's why, I also like selling clothes is because I just know how much it's going to cost to ship a 6-ounce shirt. I just know how much it's going to cost. It took a long time to get that down. But because of that, I can pad my shipping. For instance, this is only costing $4.55 to ship this on Pirate Ship. And they paid, let's take a look here. Let me print this out. I'm guessing he probably paid $5.99. That would be standard, what I would usually do. So this is going to Zachary in New York. Totally like a New York shirt. So that makes sense. And let's see here. He spent $5.99. So I made an extra like $1 on that. And I just I like doing that because I am giving them, I usually do a little bit of a discount. People on Depop, if you're not willing to wheel and deal on Depop, you're not going to make it on Depop. Depop definitely is because the average age of people that are shopping on Depop are going to be anywhere between 18, we hope, and like 30 would be probably about pushing it. Now, if you're like, I'm 35 and I shop on Depop, awesome. I'm in my 40s and I shop on Depop. I'm just saying the average age is going to be that. So they want to be able to get a deal. You know, their Depop to them is what the mall was to us. So if you think about it that way, people don't go to the mall to shop anymore. These kids are going on Depop and they're using it as like a social media, and it is their window shopping. So they want to feel like they're getting, you know, a good little deal. So you got to kind of pad the shipping, I think, a little bit on Depop to make up for the fact that you're probably doing a little bit of wheeling and a little bit of dealing over there. Mrs. Risner, but you teach us so much. It is true. Mrs. Risner is full of fun facts, and Mrs. Risner knows so many things. I'm telling you. Like, legit. Every time she's in here, she like has something. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's true. Oh, wow, that's a really good point. Got it going on. Mrs. Risner's got it going on. Okay, let's see. What do we got now? We got a pair of pants. What are these? These are buckle jeans. Where are you, buckle jeans? These are probably you. Let's take a look. We are inspecting every jean we send out now, so I don't accidentally ship the wrong jeans. Did that a few weeks ago. Yep, so that's this pair here. Picked these up for probably $1 at a garage sales, usually about standard for these. These went for $14. These are just kind of like a bread and butter. BKE or AKA, it's also called Buckle, does well for me as like just a really bread and butter brand, meaning that if I put them up in my store, I just know they're going to sell eventually. They're not like hot off the presses. It's not like listing a pair of Docs or something and they sell in like a day, or even, 511 or Miss Me's always sell really fast for me too. They're, they can take a month or so to sell. But I just always know they're going to sell. Now, if you can find the vintage, like the older ones, wrong bag. They sell for more. You're going to make more off of them. But for like the standard BKEs, let's say that they're like a 2016 or something like that, you're not going to make a ton off of it, but you're probably going to make, as long as you're getting it for cheap. If you're at Goodwill and they want to charge you $9 for a pair of BKEs. If they're not vintage, you have no business buying them because you're not going to make enough off of them to have it warrant the price that you're paying. So my rule of thumb is I have to know that I'm going to make, not charge, I'm going to make and profit at least 3 times what I spend. 3 times mandatory, 4 times is great, 5 times is awesome, and anything over that is like cha-ching. Now, I know a lot of people are like, I'm cool with buying something for $20 if I can flip it for $40, and that's fine. And I have a few things that I've done that with, but I would rather have my margins be bigger if I'm going to take the time to do all the listing and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I'd have to list a lot faster, and I feel like I'd have to kind of cut corners and stuff like that, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so these are going to Alyssa in South Dakota, and our length on these is going to be 11 by 7, and our weight is 1.4. All right, these are probably going to be like $6.99, $7.10, $7.17. All righty, so we're going to buy a label on the old pirate ship here. Okay, and copy address. Print it, baby. Thank you very much, South Dakota. Whew, our things, our counter's getting long here. All right, this, that, boom, done, and in the bucket. Okay, in the words of the Muppets, moving right along. And then let's put down our mark as shipped. Durka, durka, durka. Nope, that is UPS. Burr, 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 burr. Nope, that is USPS. Just kidding. Brand new men's rock revival, size 38-42. How much would you price them at Depop? Brand new with tags. Depends on the rock revivals. So I'm going to go with more of like the limited edition ones that have like the thicker stitch that are more like the Affliction or MMA aesthetic. Size 38-42. Providing the inseam is at least like a 32. Probably $38, maybe. Depends on what I got them for. So if I spent $5 at a garage sale for them, which is I would probably go up to $5 at a garage sale for that. I'm gonna want to get like probably more like 40. But it just depends on the jeans. That's a hard question. For me, it's just so much about the aesthetic. Like if they're like it's like a pair of Ariat jeans. If they're like a really plain pair of Ariats, they're just bread and butter, easy Ariats. No distressing, no whiskers, no stonewash, no anything, just no caveats, then they're going to be like a $28 pair of pants. You start putting distressing, you start putting whiskers, you start putting thick stitch, you start putting the leather back patch on, you start putting, the fly button where they put the color inside, you start adding those up, and each of those things ticks the price up. So it just kind of depends on like what the pair of pants look like. All right, yes, we do have a South Pole item here. So this one's really cool. So I got this, I don't remember, you guys, was this a garage item or was this a garage sale item? Was this one of the things in the garage? This might've been one of our garage hoard items, actually. Maybe, I don't remember. It's all blended together now. So really cool South Pole. This is definitely a vintage one. This is a 1990s. You can tell by the South Pole label. So if you're ever wondering about the label, stick it in your fingers. And if it feels beefy and it feels meaty, then it's going to be older. If it feels flimsy or bendable, then you know that it's not. Leg twist on jeans too. You mean to check for dry rot? Is that what you're talking about on the leg twist? Or are you talking about like a pattern? For new ones, like brand new with tags, no, I'm going to charge more. Those are probably like at least like a $53 pair of pants. I would say probably 53 after all wheels and deals are done. If they're brand new. I have them listed at 120. Oh, yeah. Then you've got, it depends on the pair of pants. Let me see, Southern. Like, I'd have to look it all up. If you're, That's such a hard question because you have to go by the aesthetic of them. So if the ones you have are like a super nice, like a dark wash with, the little bit thicker twill twist. Maybe it's got the back patch where the Rock Revivals, because the Rock Revivals on the back come in a couple different sizes. You've got the ones that are larger that have like the R's on the back of it. You even have some that have like almost gemstone looking. Then you've got the ones that have the skinnier looking tags. I have ones in my store that are like the bigger. I think I even have a pair of skinnier ones if they didn't already sell. 120 might be price squeaking a little high, would be my opinion. Brand new. I mean, I can't imagine you're going to get more than like 107 probably, if I had to be realistic on it. I mean, you can hold out for it. I bought them retail for 36 each. Okay. So they are the nicer ones. So Rock Revival, if you guys have ever noticed with Rock Revival, it's kind of like Gap and Banana Republic. I'll just take this for instance. Then Old Navy, right? Owned by the same company. You've got 3 different kinds of tiers. Some of the pants that you'll find in like Banana Republic, like the jeans, you can find those same pair of pants almost exactly in Old Navy. The difference is the quality of the material is going to be a little bit different, and there's going to be a few other caveats to it. The stitching is going to be different. The patch placement's going to be different. I mean, they're literally almost the exact same pair of pants. It's like Unilever. They make like Dial soap, and they also make other fancy soaps. It's almost the same vat. It's just a different scent, right? So it's like that with Rock Revivals. Rock Revivals kind of have like different tiers. I've seen Rock Revivals that are like $140, where they have like the super thick stitch on the outside. They've got like the double pad stitching around the hems, which helps for people that wear like cowboy boots and stuff like that. So I've seen some of the really, really high-end ones. If you paid 36 for them, I mean, you got to be getting like at least $100 to make it worth it. Unless you're willing to take lower and just switch and flip and get those out of the store too. Oh, Lake Twist is a style. Inseam twist front on flares. Oh, I know. Mrs. Risner. Of course it's Mrs. Risner. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about with the inseams on the front of the flares. Yeah, we just had a pair of those. Like, we just listed those like a couple days ago. It's a pair of, it wasn't Miss Me's. What was it? Oh, gosh, what were they? It was an older brand. Oh, man. Oh, they had like this really cool boho kind of flared out bottom. It twisted, and then it also had, and I haven't seen this on a pair of jeans. Now I'm gonna have to figure out what those were. It had like a line here where there was an additional like inseam stitch right here. So it went out like this, and then it has like this additional one in here. I mean, they're totally like a Paris Hilton Bratz style pant. Really cool. Really cool. And I can't remember what the brand was. I feel like it was an older brand. It definitely wasn't Buckle, obviously. I'll have to find it when we get off here because that's going to drive me insane. I want to say the retail is $200 to $228 on the ones you have. Ooh, I mean, I haven't come across a lot of those that are that price, so I am a bit unsure. I probably am not the best one to answer that then, because I don't think I have personally come across them that are that expensive. Yeah, True Religion does that a lot. You're correct on that one. Yo, Hustle's here. Yeah, I mean, if you're comping that and you're seeing those kind of comps, what I would do if I were you though is I'd pop over to Terapeak and just see what they really are selling for, if that's what they're selling for. Because take for instance, like Ariats are a perfect example of this. So Ariat boots, I sell Ariats all the time. I can't keep them in my store. They sell great. That's why I always pick them up. But Ariats are one of those weird brands, especially in their cowboy boots, where they, even if these boots are like new, like we're talking like almost stamped with, the out of box, it has the tag on the bottom, the little clear tag that still says the sizing. I mean, these things are like crisp, perfect, like pièce de résistance Ariats. They still won't sell for anywhere close to what the retail in-store pricing is. I don't know why. I have no theories on this at all. But they're just a good example of of a brand that does that, where if you're buying them brand new in the store and out of like a regular store, not like a reseller's store, they are worth so much. But the second they're not there anymore, it's like the value diminishes. Ooh, this is under a pound. Nice. Diminishes a ton. So I would take a look at those pants if I were you and just see if you can find some actual sale comps, some real ones, and not just, the beefed up comps that you're just seeing on eBay. Because I would be surprised if you're getting offers for 80 to 90 and you have them listed for over 200, but they're normally selling for like 250 or whatever it was that you said. Something's askew there. Something's weird. Something's off. And it could just be that they are just not going to be worth what they would be out of the store. Otherwise, you would have already sold them. So if these are $260 jeans and you're selling them for $210 or $220, even with shipping, the person's saving $20. If those didn't fly out of your store, then something's up. That's my take on it. But I'm not the expert on that pair of pants, to be honest with you. I mean, you guys know I'm like Y2K girl. You ask me a Y2K question, I got you. All right, let's see, 12 by, let's see, those are 6. And this is fantastic because this sweater, I think I charged for assuming it was going to be over a pound. So I think we're about to make some money on this. This is going to Clyde in Michigan. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna make money. So $5.93 for our shipping on our vintage South Pole. I want to say I got this at a sale locally, but man, you guys, the Garage Hoard has started to blend with the new Garage Hoard. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, I just have so much stuff. It's gotten to the point of like, I can honestly say I think I have a death pile. And it's not like I'm not listing. I'm working. You guys see me working. I'm working right along with you. I just need like 300 of me to be able to do this any quicker. I mean, now I see why people hire people to do this. Yeah, correct. It's so weird to be such a sought after boot. Yeah, it is interesting. The MSRP was over 200. I listed them you listed them at 120. They got a lot of traction, but nobody has paid. So this tells you right now something's wrong. Because if the MSRP is over 200, the person that's going to be looking for these pants are going to know that they're worth that much. Now, that being said, people that have that kind of money to burn on jeans, a lot of times like to do in-store shopping or buy directly from the person that's making those pants because it makes them feel a certain type of way. So we'll just gently put that in there. However, if you're that much lower and you're like $80 less than what they can get it in the store and you're getting offers for 80 to 90, something's off. So either the original comps aren't right or it's just not a really popular cut, which also has a lot to do with it. Is what is the cut? My question is, did you look on Terapeak to see what the actual last sales were on those? And have you looked on places like Depop and stuff like that to see what people are charging for that on those platforms? You know where I would look actually? I'd look on Grailed, because Grailed tends to have a little bit of a higher end person shopping there, people that have a little bit more money to burn. That's where I usually sell my bigger items. So I look on Grailed and see where those ones are selling. Yeah, with Depop, you're not going to sell those on Depop for that price. Depop is not the place for that. Yeah. Grailed. If you sold those on Depop, I would be literally shocked and surprised, because Depop sellers are looking for they're looking for deals, but they're also like, Grailed people are a little more fancy, preppy. Maybe they got a little bit more money. Depop is more like median income. I'm working a job, but I like to spend my money on clothes rather than my bills. That's going to be a little bit more your Depop buyer. Okay, next thing we've got here is, I remember this one. This is a cool pickup. Here's an item I got tricked on. I paid up for this. So I paid like $9 on this, and I was thinking I was going to kill it on this, but this was a very early purchase. So it is a vintage bold spirit. These were really hot like last year. They're still hot now, but not as hot as they were. I think I paid like $7 for it. I could be wrong. I feel like it was like 7, but something like that. I thought I was going to be able to charge like $40 for this. Now, I was a baby reseller at the time, and I had no idea what I was doing, even though I still feel like an infant doing this. But I was super baby reseller, and it wound up only selling for $17. And it has been sitting for a while. This is SKU 446. We're on 900. So, we got a little offer on something here. Let's take a look. I always like to get these right. This is live offers, folks. All right, let's see. We've got, we will absolutely sell that. So this is a shirt that I ruined. I was trying to get a spot out of it. It is a vintage Red Sox t-shirt, and I tried to get the spot out with OxyClean, and I left it on too long and created a spot because I did not know OxyClean at the time would bleach your stuff out. So tip, do not leave OxyClean on for long. So hopefully he'll get that tonight. We can get that shipped out. I have been hoping to sell that. I literally felt like almost like sick about it when I did it too, because my hubby is a Red Sox fan and it was in his size, and I totally could have just given it to him, but I was like, I'm going to sell it. Well, that's what happened. I ruined it, and now it is going to sell for $10. Mrs. Risner loves Grailed. Yeah, I don't sell a whole lot of stuff over on Grailed. It's more of like that specialty place. I sell my vintage Nikes there. I sell vintage clothing, really rare band t-shirts. That's like the place for that. But I always know I'm going to get that money over on Grailed. Like, people are willing to pay up, and they do not need to wheel and deal. Grailed doesn't need offers. Grailed wants to buy it for the purchase price, which is fantastic. See, this is why we asked Miss Cherry. Thanks for the explanation. Yeah. You got it. Absolutely. Happy to help. Big E, lighten up the roads. Ooh, we're over 4K. What? You guys. Hey, you guys. Okay. I can't believe that no one has asked how I feel about the rumors about the new Goonies movie. I'm actually kind of shocked that no one has asked this. So there is a rumor in Hollywood right now, and it's only a rumor. Ooh, 15.4. I think we can get this to, no, we're going to do a pound. I don't want to mess with it. Don't want to get dinged. There is a rumor that there is supposed to be a new Goonies movie coming out, and it's supposed to have some of the original Goonies people in it. Obviously, they're grown up. So I'm interested. Anybody hear that? Yeah, Coley says, yep, I heard that today. DW is back. So yeah, I'm nervous. So here's why. Goonies is my favorite movie of all time. And I don't mean it's just like, oh, that's my favorite movie. I mean, it's literally my favorite movie. The centerpiece in my wall in my living room is a massive giant Goonies poster framed. Like, it is, I watch it at least every couple weeks. It's on in the background playing all the time. I know every line. I know weird, crazy facts about it. I love this movie so much. It is my heart. It is my obsession. It has pirates, treasure hunting, the 80s vibes. It's from Astoria, Oregon, which is like in the area kind of where I grew up. Like, I love this movie. So I saw all the stuff about the new one. Again, it's supposed to just be a rumor, but I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about it, you guys. Like, I feel a little nervous about it. Like, because it could be something cool. But in my experience, when they try to bring back something that's that old and was so epic and pure and perfect, and the characters were perfect and the people are perfect, like, everything about that movie is literally perfect, I'm like, ooh, I don't want this to be like a Back to the Future Part 3 situation, right? I don't want this to be like a new Matrix situation. We all know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, this is a banger. Fun story. So first I'm going to show you what it is. And I'm going to see if anybody remembers this. Literal banger right here. Does anyone remember the Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump, crisscross will make you the miggity, miggity, miggity Mac Daddy? Yes. Does anyone remember these guys? Crisscross, baby. So you would think that I got this at a garage sale, but I did not. I got this from an old box of my mom's stuff because this was my brother's when he was this age. And so it is free dollars for me. I mean, this thing is beat. It has got holes. It has got every little everything, but you can't find these. So back in the day when they were doing like first starting to do band t-shirts and stuff like that, they did not do like hip hop artists. It was very, very, very rare to find like hip hop clothing, and especially to find it at like, you know, a regular store in the mall. Like a lot of times you'd have to find like, you know, bootleg things that people had made or whatnot. And I remember when my brother got this. I think my mom probably spent $6 on it or something at the time. It wound up selling for $60 over on Depop. And like I said, I mean, it is tore up for sure, but it's really cool. And it's, I mean, there isn't, another one doesn't exist online. I was hoping I could get a little bit more for it. I priced it quite a bit higher to start with, just to kind of see what the market was. I got some watchers on it, but I didn't get any feedback. I had like 1,200 views and like 3 watchers. So I was like, that to me is not 20%. So that tells me that I have marked my item too high. So I played around with a little bit. And then I had someone message me about it, and then we settled on 60, which I think is great. I mean, it didn't cost me any dollars, and it doesn't have dry rot, which is amazing. It's just definitely lived a life. It's not something you're going to wear. This is going to be something that someone's going to either frame and put up, or they're going to turn it into something else, would be my guess. Yes. Mervyn's Pennies and Fred Meyer's. Yeah. So if you are out and about in the wild and you come across, and I'm not talking about new hip hop or rap shirts. That's different. You can find those, you know, anywhere. But if you're finding ones that are like from early Y2K or the 90s, get them. Even if you have to pay up a little bit for it, because I promise you they will sell. Like if you go even into like eBay, or you go into like Depop, or you try to like look up like, you know, vintage hip hop shirts, vintage or vintage rap t-shirts, of course you're going to get stuff that isn't vintage that people have said it is. But to find real ones, it's really difficult. It's very, very difficult. So always pick those up. That's definitely something I'd pay up for, is anything that's got any sort of like that, like hip hop or rap aesthetic to it, especially if it's a little bit older. Okay, let's see. Street. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, this is interesting. Wow. This is going to a college, you guys. This is going to the Fine Arts Building, College of Fine Arts in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I figured this, no one's wearing this. So this is probably going to end up getting, like I would guess like mounted and probably put up on the wall or something. Maybe they're doing like an exhibit or something. That's really cool, you guys. That's really cool. Hey, Arizona. Let's see. Similarly, but Monday. Hey, girl. Let's see. Let's put her on the spot. I don't know what that means. How are you shooting where I am? Yeah, this is amazing. So cool. Neat. Well, that's fun. Did you hear that, Just? This is going to the College of Fine Arts building in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's so neat. That's really neat. That just makes me really happy. Especially because it's something, I mean, I remember my brother wearing this all the time. Like, and he's not a nostalgia person. When he came over to visit, I gave him a bucket of like old stuff from when he was a kid. And we were going through it, and he literally was just like, "Are you going to make me take this with me?" I was like, yes. I was like, "I have a garage full of resale hoarding stuff. Please take your stuff from mom. Please." You should definitely make a video with that shirt. Yeah, you know, that's probably not a bad idea. I unfortunately have now packaged it up. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Where were you with that suggestion before? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm terrible about thinking about that kind of stuff, but I may I don't know, I may have to put it in this package, take it out, and then refasten it. We may have to, because that's really cool. What a neat, like, that's cool. That makes me happy. I know I've said that's cool a million times, but that really, like, that lights a fire. We were talking about this earlier today, or earlier on the live, you guys, about how it's so cool to be able to like provide something that someone's been looking for forever, or like this is obviously going to some sort of like arts something. And just to be able to like provide that, just, I don't know, man, that lights a fire under me for sure. All right, paste and mark as shipped. Let's see, what else do we got in here? We got anything else in Depop? Oh my gosh, I feel like we've been shipping for 4,000 hours. Okay, so we got the one shirt, but I'm gonna message the guy and just let him know, hey, there's a little spot on it. I may try to just get it out tonight. You can kind of see it in the picture, but you know, I just don't want to be weird about it. Oh, did we not put the, let's see. Okay, so we'll have to do that. What else do we got? Okay, honey, I think there's more stuff here that did not get pulled. Oh, what are these things? Did you pull me other stuff here? Where do these belong to? 624, where do these sell? No, I did mercari. Okay, I've got a couple things in Poshmark here. We've got a vintage 1999 Oakland Raiders cutoff shirt. So that is SKU 248. I need that one. And then I don't know where these pants sold. What are these things? Where do these go? You like our organization, you guys? It's a pretty amazing. We're so organized. Rated, purchased. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, oh, did this guy buy 2 items? Is this the same person? No. Nope, that's a man and that's a woman, so that's not the same person. Okay, so these are 624. All right, so these are a pair of 2014 Levi's 511 slim fits in gray. These always sell for me. They just never sell for a lot, but I always manage to get them for like $1. So if you guys see like the slim fit 511s in the gray, make sure though that you do skate, indie, skater, skater boy, skate life, emo kid, emo boy, retro.
See you later, boy.
So see you later, boy.
What else do you need?
I'm not sure yet because I'm now on a different screen.
I'm about to put my hands in some chicken. So.
Ooh, you gonna get your hands in a chicken?
Tell me what you need.
What are you making?
Tell me what you need.
What are you making?
Did you sell that Victoria's Secret bag already?
Maybe. I don't know.
One in sold on.
I think I might have accidentally sold that wallet though. That wallet that's got like the double guns on it with the bling. Did I sell that again on Poshmark? Because I already sold that once on Poshmark. I'm telling you guys, these things duplicate. These things duplicate. The magic fairies come in and they duplicate and they sell. They put my things back up for sale. I'm convinced because I know I already sold them once. I already sold that wallet once. I think, unless I'm mistaken, which is a high probability. High probability. I like how he throws at you. Yeah. What are you making? And he immediately says Victoria's Secrets. You got to scroll up. All right. What I miss? Let's see. Oh my gosh. Imagine you added a note to the package saying you're so excited it's going somewhere cool. Oh, that's true. I should do that. See Arizona above. Oh gosh, what do you say? So Charity, we have a question. Oh God, what is it? Chad and I would like to know if you'd like to join us Lice Thursday. No, I do not want to join you for Lice Thursday. That sounds itchy. And that sounds like a trip to Walmart. I am a licensed esthetician. Thursday. Yes, maybe. Oh my gosh, what's printing? I just printed something twice. Yeah, that would be fun. You have to just message me and tell me more. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me more. Is this even the right person? Okay, this is going to Derek in California.
This is why we've been having mistakes. Yeah,
I just printed the label again. I'm not joining you for one of those weird battle things or whatever that was, because that was crazy. I don't understand what was happening. You guys were yelling or saying rap songs, and Arizona had a head made out of an eagle, and I have no idea what was happening, and I'm so confused. And then you guys were battling, and you had like people on your teams, and I don't even know what that was. You guys were laughing when I was saying that I didn't know what it was. I literally don't know what you were doing. Like, I have zero idea what was happening. So as long as it's not that, I'm interested. Did you have a lot of orders? Yes, we're still shipping. Somehow we're still shipping. And we have orders I cannot find. Oh my gosh. Yeah, send me a message. He wants to battle for no reason. Oh, as a special guest. Well, yeah, I want to be a special guest. My gosh. Of course I want to be a special guest. That sounds like fun.
Whenever you're a guest, you're special.
That is true. Okay, these ones are not ones we're going to send out to people. I'm going to cross these out so that I don't accidentally ship these to somebody. No, I like to see how long my trail gets. I like to see my trail. I sell on Depop often and want to expand to other platforms that don't fit my niche. What is your Adri? What do you sell?
Now it's padded though.
What's your I know now. I won't be able to count them all out.
Look at how many I shipped. print. Oh my God.
I saw somebody that was like, we shipped out so many orders today. And it was literally, they just started printing out their thing, but they were all blank. And I was like, yeah, me too. It's like, I can do that too. Oh my gosh. Y2K apparel mainly. So if you are a Y2K person like I am, you're going to do the most on Depop for sure. However, here's what I always say. Why can't I find, oh, there it is. Here's what I always say. Is it better, question, do you think it is better to own one McDonald's in a town? Or, due to my analogy, Justin loves this one. Or do you think it's better for you to own a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Taco Bell, and a Jack in the Box? Well, you're like, well, of course it's better to own all of those because you'll make more money. Yes, that is true, but that's not the point. The point is that there are some people that only like Jack in the Box, and there are some people that only like Burger King, and so on and so forth. Did I really just put this in here for Poshmark? Of course I did. So if you are not spreading out amongst other areas, then you are only looking for people that want Burger King stuff. Well, what if someone that shops at McDonald's also sometimes kind of likes Burger King stuff? Well, you got to get it on another platform. So for me, I put everything pretty much everywhere. The only place I don't list all my stuff is Grailed, because in my experience, Grailed is the only one where I feel like I only sell higher end expensive stuff on there. So I only put my stuff that's like, say, over $50. I'll put it on Grailed. But otherwise, I don't put it on there. But I put everything on eBay, everything on Posh, everything on Depop, some on Grailed, everything on Mercari, some on Whatnot. I'm going to at some point do Whatnot shows. However, I have no time in my life, and I'm apparently a hoarder at this point. That is coming to terms with the fact that I don't know how I'm going to list all the stuff I already have. And for me to, my only hesitation with Whatnot is that I don't sell like $5 items. I mean, most of my stuff is like over 20 bucks. So I just, excuses is what that is. Okay. So this is going to Grayson. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this one. This is a really cool 1999 Oakland Raiders shirt. So did not get shown. Wow, what is the Raiders? The blessing. Grace? She's the dead, but that he is. This is our life. This is what it's like all the time in our house.
This is my
life. This is your life. You chose this. People warned you that I was high maintenancely insane, and you said, sounds good.
I should have learned to become a vet so I'd have tranquilizers.
Can you imagine me on a tranquilizer? I don't even know what my life would be.
What do you
I get really
down there. My Lord.
I'm all over the place. All right. These 2019. Oh, no, we have that bag. Did that finally sell? I think it's up there. It's like folded up top. It was folded up top. Like look under the Tupac blanket. Which, by the way, how is that 1990s Tupac blanket not sold? I think I just need to take better pictures of it. I have a 1990s Tupac comforter that you literally can't find ever anywhere on the internet. And I can't believe it hasn't sold yet. It's so weird. It's so weird. I'm shocked. I am shocked and surprised. All right. See, this is a pair of 2019 Levi's 511s, bread and butters, guys. I picked these up for 50 cents. They sold for 11. Although Poshmark's going to take all of my money because that is what Poshmark does. So we're really not making much on that because I'm guessing these probably sold when I still had my discounted shipping on, which I'm not doing anymore because Poshmark, you take all my money. And I feel like the Poshmark, like how much buyers have to pay for shipping is not that much anyways. So why am I giving these massive deep discounts? And then Poshmark's also like, I think we're going to take 60% today because that's what we feel like. And I'm like, geez, Poshmark, you're killing me, Smalls. All right, so these are going to Amanda in Minnesota. Amanda in Minnesota. How am I still shipping? I think we're up to like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Plus the thing that's weird. Oh, you found it. Yay, another thing.
The Tupac blanket doesn't sell.
Oh, I'm missing an item on eBay too. There's something that's sold. So it's not
that shirt that you've been.
No. That shirt has like a little spot on it, and I don't want to ship it without talking to the person. I don't want to ship it without talking to the person. What, Tiki?
Get me a number.
What are you? A number? Number 1 is the lowest number that you ever see. SKU 918. Ooh, that I just listed that. Oh, it's that shirt that's like so freaking soft. It is the softest shirt I've ever felt in my whole life. Oh my gosh, I just taped this bag to the other bag. This is what happens in my life. That is why everything's always messy. Thank you. All right, Amanda. Miss Amanda. Oh my gosh, this bag is getting full, guys.
What else can I grab?
It is getting full.
Dinner, you monster.
I don't know. I don't remember what else. Did we sell anything else on Depop? Do we have anything that didn't get pulled? Shipped. Nope, good there. eBay was just this one. Poshmark, Mark S shipped. What else, guys? Did we miss something else? I feel like we did. Oh, we canceled the Dumbo thing. No, I think that's it, babe. We're getting close. So that I can then spend 4 hours listing tonight into the wee hours and then be like, why did I stay up so late? Why didn't I just get up bright and early? And then you're like, charity, because you didn't have any internet. You're like, you should have spent more time. And then you're like, and you spiral. How much is it? The Tupac blanket, what do we have that listed for? I think maybe it's because of the size. I don't remember. Let's take a look here. Let's look. I don't remember. I need better pictures of it. I had to take pictures of it at my old house outside in the grass because I didn't have an area inside big enough to take a picture of it. I've got it listed for 69 bucks. It is a, look at this. It's a king too. It says on the outside, it says like Machiavelli all over it. And it's got all these like Tupac clippings from newspapers. And like, here's the original. So I had to go down the deep web to find, this is like an old ancient picture of it. Obviously I don't have the pillowcases or anything. It's just such a cool blanket. It has one tiny, or maybe two tiny little light spots on the back. They're like half a shade lighter, but it's such a cool blanket. I'm just surprised that it hasn't sold yet. It's very interesting. 11 views, 7 watchers. Yeah, it's very interesting. What do you use to cross post? I am a Vendu person. So I know a lot of people in here probably do auto posher would be my guess. However, I started with Vendu. So I just kind of always have used Vendu, and I'm really, really ridiculously insanely fast at cross listing on there. So I can't imagine changing. So I'm just using auto posture to send out my offers so that I don't have to send offers all day. And I know you guys are like, oh, don't use auto posture to send out your eBay stuff because then people can't counter offer you. But here's the thing. I was thinking about it this way. I very, very, very rarely ever get counter offers back. And here's my take. If I am sending you, oh, this is a super cute picture. Didn't shop until, oh, don't stop till you're proud. Here's my thing. If I'm already sending you an offer out and you're getting like 10, 15, 20% off, whatever it is, like that's probably about as low as I'm willing to go anyways, because I'm not looking to just get rid of stuff. I mean, I want to turn and burn, but I'm not looking to not get profit. So for me, it's like, do I want to not have eBay send those offers out just so I can do that? Because it saves me so much time. Like when I was sending eBay offers out all day long, every day, it was taking like 30 to 40 minutes all the time. It was just like not 30 to 40 minutes at a time, but like a day. It would take me, it seemed like forever. I'm constantly like, I gotta send out offers. I gotta sit down at night. I gotta send out all these offers. And now I just go to bed and offers are sent. I wake up and offers are sent. I don't have to remember to do it. I love it. All right, Bonnie, you're getting a Victoria's Secrets bag. It's going to New York. So I don't know what your opinions are, but have you ever drove the Magic School Bus before? I swear you could have created the whole show. Right on the Magic School Bus. What a great show that was. Man, they don't make cartoons like that anymore. That was a great one. No, but I wish I could have lived on the set of Punky Brewster because that's really where I wanted to grow up. List perfectly, it says Nora. Yeah, I haven't used that one before. Is it free to use? No, Vendu is not free to use. However, I think that they have, I think there's like a trial period thing. If you go, when you're off of here, just go back over to my like page and just do clickety on the clickety, and it'll take you into like another area, and you can click on there and see. I think there's like because that's how I did it. I got the link from someone else, and I believe I was able to get like a couple weeks free or something like that just to try it out. I loved it, fell in love with it, bought it. I have the big package on there because I list so much stuff, but there is way less expensive like versions. It just depends on how much you list. So I think when I first did it, the first one I did was like $24 a month or something like that. And it was up to like, and it's probably changed because it's been like a year, but I think it was like 20 or 200 listings a month or something like that. You got to put up for like 24 bucks or something like that. I can't remember. I got the bigger one now, but I hope you know the entire theme song of Max and Ruby. I don't know what that is. Am I missing a pop culture thing? Oh my gosh. Southern. Am I seriously missing something? What is Max and Ruby? I don't know what Max and Ruby is, you guys. Is that weird? Is that weird that I don't know what that is? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Only the best kids cartoon ever. Do you guys know what Max and Ruby is? Max and Ruby. Oh, Canadian. Oh, wow. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. That is like memory unlocked. I totally forgot about that show. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Huh. Nope, I totally know what that is. I totally recognize it. That's wild. I can't say that I could like quote you anything from it, but it's obviously familiar. That's crazy. It's so weird how stuff's like that. Like you forget what the name is of something, and then all of a sudden you look at it and you're like, that's a memory. I know that. That is a memory unlock. Like it's so weird how that happens. All right. So this one, we just listed this, you guys, together, like, I don't know, like 5 days ago. This is that insanely crazy soft. It is the softest shirt I have ever seen or felt in my life. It's khakis by Arrow. So this thing sold super fast. It sold for $16, so I must have asked a pretty good price for it. They paid $6.99 for shipping, so we'll probably end up making a little bit on shipping, maybe, I'm not sure. But it is like hands down, if I had a shirt that was like if I needed like a big shirt, like comfy, loungy, I would have kept it. But it's so stinking hot here in Texas. I have like the cutest like punk rock hoodies. I've got like Vandals hoodies, and I have an old vintage Umbrella Corporation hoodie. I've got like all this really cool stuff. And I unfortunately can't wear any of it here because it is 340 degrees every single day, which I love. No complaints. I'm just saying, I don't know if I'm ever going to be wearing hoodies again here. Or maybe I get used to it or something. I only know Tom and Jerry. I remember Tom and Jerry. For sure. Welcome to Nice Comps, where we talk about 80% of things not related to reselling. It's funny, but it's true. You guys pop on in here. You're just like hanging out with like my weird brain. Y'all must also be extraordinarily amazing, creative, and unique individuals if you can keep up with what is going on in here. Southern, I love it when you come in. I love it when you guys hang out. As long as you have the umbrella hoodie, it's all you need. Yeah, it's actually, so it's full zip. It's got a mock neck. The whole outside of it is embroidered. So it's got the Umbrella Corporation logo. It's all like a 3D embroidered. I bought it at Hot Topic in 2002, probably 2002. So it is legit vintage. I would never get rid of that for any amount of money. It's my favorite. Does the umbrella hoodie have Rihanna on the back by chance? No, but I like your brain. All right, let's get this thing shipped. Great Scott. Ooh, now I want to watch Back to the Future. Anybody else? Ooh, and we're under a pound. Yeah, baby. We are at 14 ounces, so we are saving money. Gotta save that money. All right, so 10 by, we'll call it 6 by, sure, sounds good. All right, so our shipping is $6.09. They paid $6.99, so we're making about 90 cents. Thank you very much. And is that 10? Am I overestimating that? I think I'm overestimating. No, it's literally 10. That's so funny. When your brain starts thinking in poly mailer shipping sizes, like how big should we get the Thanksgiving turkey this year, hun? Oh, I don't know, about like a 15 by 9-inch poly mailer size sounds about good. Oh my gosh. Totally true. That is an actual thing. That is real life. All right. And we're putting this on this. You guys, are we done? Oh my gosh. Are we done? Did we do it? We did it. We did it. All but that one. I've got to message that guy. Is that the only other weird one we had? Does anybody remember? Oh, by the way, hi, YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube and you've asked any questions, I'm so sorry. I've completely ignored the situation because I am a hot mess all of the time. All right. eBay, done. Check. Let's check Poshmark one more time. Ready? Drum roll, please. Poshmark. Wait, no, because I didn't mark that as shipped. Did, done. Boom. Next. Shipped, 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 shipped. Ordered, canceled for the Dumbo. Depop, all but the one shirt, unless we sold anything else. Did we sell anything else while we were doing this? No, we're good. Mercari. Oh, yep, we do have another thing. Just kidding. We have a shirt. Honey. Justin. Honey. Do you have chicken hands? Honey. Yep, he has chicken hands. All right, I'll be back in no, tiny, 27 seconds. 3:14. 3:14. 3:14. 3:14. 3:14. 3:14 is not in here. Well, shoot. All right. So I'm back because I think I probably already sold this somewhere else. So I'm probably going to have to cancel it. I hate when that happens. It's the worst. That is the worst. Anybody else ever like feel like they're actively failing when that happens? So that was a New York. Sold 314. No, it says I only sold it once. Where does it say we sold it? Yeah, it says sold on Mercari. Huh, did he bring it in? All right, well, I'm gonna have to find it. Well, we almost completed shipping, guys. We almost did our job. We almost did it. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. Hi from upstate New York. All right, Kate. Where is my 2017 NFL team apparel Giants V-neck blue women's shirt? Where is it? Why can I not find it? That's a New York question for you. All right, so what do we got? We've got the two that sold. We got the one we can't find. We got the one we got to clean. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, one bundle, 19. I think we have only one bundle. 19. Technically 20, but I had to cancel the Dumbo. So not bad. 99% is better than 0%. That's like the story of my life. I almost did it. I almost completed that project. I almost finished doing that. What was it the other day? Like, I think it was yesterday. Justin's like, what is going on in here? He walks in the kitchen. The cabinet doors are all open. There's like things all over the counters. And he's like, what is going on in here? I was like, oh, that's right. I was working on like 3 projects. But what happened was I went in the cabinet to get saran wrap, but then I didn't see it right away. But then I thought about something else, and then I left the cabinet door open. And then while I was doing the other thing, I decided that I wanted to make a smoothie. So then I left the freezer open. It's like, oh my gosh. My brain literally is just like on the next thing before it's even on the thing that it's actually supposed to be on. Story of my life. Oh my gosh. You got to go back up again. Woo, all right, you guys. That's everything. I'm going to go eat chicken or whatever it is that Justin's cooking. I'm going to pray I find this shirt so I don't have to cancel another Mercari order. And we're going to head out for the night. So thanks you guys for joining me on this most ridiculous shipping / photographing of all time. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll see you guys there. You sleep tight. You don't let the bed bugs bite. Snuggle it on in there. And I'm going to eat chicken and play video games. All right. Love you guys. Oh, I still have to get stuff listed tonight. Oh my God. Chicken feet it is. All right. Have a good night, you guys. Bye, everybody. All right. And thank you for joining us over on YouTube. If you have any questions, you can follow me at all of the places. Find me, message me. I am Nice Comps. I am on all of the places. So thanks you guys for coming in. Peace.